And welcome to Vermilion Tanager Basketball. You're listening to Tanager Basketball. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Zara Bitsos as we're bringing you Tanager Basketball from the DAK XII-NEC Clash in Madison, South Dakota from the Madison High School. Currently at half of the game prior to Vermilion, which is the Lennox Orioles versus Tioshpa Zina. So Lennox leads 46-24. Vermilion will be taking on Parkston in the 3:30 game. And again, the Vermilion girls will play tonight from the Simple Arena in Yankton, and Joe Van Gore will be on the call for that. That starts at 6:30. Pregame will start at 6, and that'll be on Vermilion streaming on YouTube as well as ESPN Radio 101.5 FM, 1570 AM KVTK, Vermilion and Yankton. Well, let's take a look. It's been a busy week for basketball, and the Tanager girls and the Tanager boys have been busy. The Tanager boys are 7-4 right now on the season. We're going to take a look at that here. They've lost 3 in a row, which you never want to have during the season, but it's been 3 games against high-quality opponents. So just how they got here, Vermilion is 7-4 on the season. They opened the season with a victory over South Sioux City, Nebraska, 76-33. They defeated West Central 62-55. They then lost to a Boys Town team out of Omaha, and they're a long and athletic team, and so just a difficult matchup for the Tanagers. But they had the lead up until they had a big lead at half. Were outscored big in the third, and then just Boys Town chipped away, extended that lead in the fourth quarter, winning 73-68. There were moments at the end that Tanagers had a chance, but just were unable to pull it out. They then defeated Beersford at the Sanford Coyote Sports Center at the Vermilion High School Booster Club Classic, 76-56. Defeated Tri-Valley at home, 67-57. T-Area, 69-49. They then defeated this Parkston team on January 5th, 59-51. That was before the big freeze, where everything shut down for about 2 weeks, maybe 11 days, week and a half. They then played Elk Point Jefferson on January 16th, defeating them 71-57. Then they ran into a buzzsaw on Saturday, this past Saturday, a week ago, against Sioux Falls Christian, falling 81-50. They then returned home and took on 5th ranked. That the Sioux Falls Christian team, by the way, is top ranked in Class A, considered by many to be the top team in all of basketball in South Dakota. And then Pine Ridge, 5th ranked in Class A, came in. Coach Casey Means had his team clicking on all cylinders, and they are led by their all-state player as well. And so, you know, it made for a great night of basketball. But Vermilion did fall 72-64. It was down to about 3 points towards the end. Just got away from them a little bit. And then finally on Thursday, they did take on Del Rapids. In Del Rapids, took it to overtime and fell 65-61. So 3 tough losses. But aside from the big loss to Sioux Falls Christian, they've been close. They've been close games. So Vermilion really needs to feel good about where they are right now, and we talked to Coach Drake about that, about how good this team should feel. And so that's where Vermilion stands right now as we head into this clash with 9-3 Parkston. Again, as we mentioned, Parkston on the season is 9-3. And how did they get here? Well, let's take a look. Parkston opened their year with a game against Tri-Valley, and while we beat them by 10, they beat Tri-Valley by 11. They defeated Tripp Delmont Armor 52-35. They defeated Chamberlain 45-34. They defeated Parker 74-62. They defeated Winter 52-40. They lost to Wall 60-57 at the Parkston Classic. Took on Hanson, defeated them 58-54, and then fell to this Vermilion Tanager team for their second loss of the season. After that, they went on to beat Freeman Academy Marion 70-50. They defeated Wagner in a close one, 56-53, and then beat Platte Geddes 70-54 before falling to Lennox on Thursday, 84-50. That's a good Lennox team that saw the return of USD Coyote recruit Porter Enan. So, should be a good matchup, a rematch of the January 5th game against Vermilion, between Vermilion and Parkston. We're going to take a look at their lineup when we come back and talk to their coach. But we will take a break. You're listening to Vermilion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank on ESPN Radio 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube.
Save means you're sort of protecting yourself. My mom and dad told me how to be safe. It's like super duper important. Hold a grown-up's hands. Put a helmet on because you might hurt your head super duper bad.
Protect their future by protecting yours with your local State Farm agent, Dick Sunday. Best Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. The Oshkosh front discharge mixers allow for easy placement of concrete, and with the 6-wheel drive and low-range transfer case, they're nearly unstoppable. More of a do-it-yourself fan? Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is teaming up with Clark's Rentals in Yankton, bringing you a wide range of hand tools, mini excavators, skid steers, aerial lift equipment, and more to get the job done. Choose Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment for all your concrete needs, and Clark's Rentals, your rental equipment headquarters.
Blaine Olson, owner of Blaine's Body Shop in Vermilion. I grew up here, graduated here, and now have a business here. I'm proud to serve the community that has helped me live this dream. I have top-notch equipment, the latest in training, along with a work ethic and the desire to serve you. Should you need repairs in the future, please remember Blaine's Body Shop across from Polaris on the Highway 50 bypass in Vermilion.
Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Now online at blainesbodyshop.com.
Need a new set of tires? Look to Carlson's Body Shop in Beersford. How about some accessories like WeatherTech floor mats, access roll-up truck covers, bed liners, remote car starters, and thousands of other products. Hey, you can look at everything at your convenience online too at carlsonsbodyshop.com. No wonder the song says,
Bring it down to Carlson's Body Shop, your complete car care center.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to when investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property. You want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermilion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new home for your family, you want to sell your existing home, or you're a student looking to rent an apartment, Dakota Realty and Property Management can fit your needs. Being locally owned and with over 150 years of combined experience, they are the experts at helping you find your new home. Go to Dakota Realty and Property Management because they like what they do. Dakota Realty is a proud supporter of Vermilion Athletics. Dakota Realty and Property Management, located at 125 East Cherry Street, Vermilion.
The first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Welcome back to Madison, South Dakota. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Zara Bitsos. Jen Ashley, my usual sidekick, is going to be in Yankton tonight with Joe Van Gore alongside, man, I'm blanking on his name. We always want to call him Tristan, but Tristan is not him. Corbin, sorry, Corbin Gunther. Out of Why Not, who's been interning at the station. So he is going to be helping with the USD basketball game this afternoon. I believe that's going on right now on Classic Hits 106.3 as the men and women take on University of Kansas City today. So Corbin will be doing that and then going to help at Simple Arena for the Vermilion Tanagers girls as they take on Millbank, the Millbank Bulldogs. We'll discuss that a little bit later as well. But first, we have a basketball action here to discuss. And if you want to look, we have the starting lineups and stuff that coming up with Parkston. where they have a player that's one of their leading scorers who's going to be making a return. He played a few minutes in the game against Vermilion on the 5th, but was not at full strength, but that was James Deckert. But first, let's take a look at the standings right now. The most recent South Dakota Prep Media poll that came out on Monday. Now, since then, obviously some things have changed, but let's take a look at boys AA. At the Prep Media poll on Monday, it was Harrisburg with 14 first-place votes at 6-1 in first place, followed by Mitchell at 8-1 in second, Roosevelt at 5-2 in third, and O'Gorman at 4-3 in fifth, and then Washington receiving votes previously O'Gorman was in fourth, Washington in fifth. Receiving votes were Lincoln, Watertown, and Jefferson. Mitchell is now 10-1 on the season since that poll came out. Harrisburg is 9-2. Sioux Falls Roosevelt is 8. This must have been I must have selected an old one. I apologize. So let me pull that up because I'm like, nobody's played that many games in that period of time. So just a moment here. My apologies for that. Holy moly. So yeah, I was like, that didn't sound right. I picked the wrong one off my printer. Mitchell was in first place at 9-1. Roosevelt at 8-2 with 3 first place votes. Mitchell had 12. Then Harrisburg with 2 at 7-2 was in third, followed by O'Gorman and Washington. So right now, as I said, Mitchell is 10-1 on the season. Harrisburg is 9-2. Sioux Falls Roosevelt 8-3, and this is just going by the seed points right now. Sioux Falls Washington in fourth at 8-3. Rapid City Stevens in fifth at 8-4. Pierre in sixth is at 8-5. Brandon Valley in seventh at 6-3, and Huron in eighth at 7-5. So if the SODAC 16 were selected today, those would be the 8 teams playing at home. The 8 teams on the road would be Watertown at Huron, O'Gorman at Brandon Valley, Sioux Falls Lincoln at Pierre, Jefferson at Stevens, Central at Washington, Spearfish at Roosevelt, Sturgis Brown at Harrisburg, and then Douglas at Mitchell. Rapid City Central is in 17th at 1-9 at 36.5 points, tied with Yankton at 1-9 with 36.5 points. Now, Yankton plays this evening against Douglas, one of those teams ahead of them in the seed points. There should be some flipping going on there. If Yankton Bucks can win that, they would be into the SODAC 16, but there is a lot of basketball yet to be played this season. And Brookings is in the 19th slot in AA at 1-11 with 36 seed points. In the Prep Media poll for Class A boys, you had Sioux Falls Christian solidifying their spot at 17 first place votes at 9-0. Hamlin at 9-2 in second. Sioux Valley in fourth at 11-0. Dakota Valley in Sioux Valley in third at 11-0. Dakota Valley in fourth at 9-1. And Pine Ridge in fifth at 7-1. Also receiving votes, Hot Springs and St. Thomas More. Well, I will tell you, since then, Sioux Falls Christian has defeated Hamlin and I believe Dakota Valley. So Sioux Falls Christian, they're a team to be reckoned with. They really could be the best team in the state. Now, according to seed points, Sioux Falls Christian is first, Pine Ridge is second, Hamlin at 11-2 is in third, Rapid City Christian at 10-2 is in fourth, Sioux Valley is in fifth, Dakota Valley in sixth. They have lost twice now. Hot Springs in seventh, Groton Area in eighth. Groton Area will be the Tanager Boys opponent next on this coming Friday, so a week from yesterday. And then this Teoshpezina team at 7-4. Is in 9th, Lennox in 10th at 7-3, but now with Porter Enon, expect them to be making a move here. Parkston's in 11th at 9-3, followed by Custer, Del Rapids, St. Thomas More, McLaughlin, Millbank, Winter, Wagner, Flandreau, and Hill City. On the outside of the top 20 and looking in, Vermilion in 21st. So that's how it looks right now. Vermilion has plenty of games coming up, and we'll discuss that here in a moment. And then Class B boys, you've had some movement in that as well, as Viborg Hurley is now in first place. In first place after defeating Castlewood last week. So Viborg Hurley with 7 first place votes and 7-1 last week. Moved up from 4th to 1st. White River moved up from 2nd to 3rd with 5 first place votes at 12-1. And Castlewood moved down from 1st to 3rd with 2 first place votes at 10-1. And DeSmet fell from 2nd to 4th, but still received 3 first-place votes. They're at 9-2. And then Canastota at 8-0 was receiving votes, moved up to 5th. Also receiving votes, Leola Frederick area, Wessington Springs, Faith, and Del Rapids, St. Mary. But just a look at the seed points, which is really, polls are fun, but what matters are those seed points. Right now, White River's on top at 14-1 with 46-plus seed points, followed by Castlewood, Wessington Springs, Canastota, Viborg Hurley, Leola Frederick area, Faith, and Howard. Now, remember, those go by regions, and then that gets down to the SODAC 16 reseeding after the regions are complete. So when we come back, we'll take a look at the girls' side of the ledger and see where they all stand. You're listening to ESPN Radio 101.5 FM, 1570 AM KVTK, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Zara Bitsos, and we are in Madison for the DAK XII-NEC Clash, and we are awaiting the Vermilion Tanagers and Parkston Trojans. But right now, as we look at 1 minute left in the third, the Lennox Orioles lead Tioshpazina 59-43. And so we will be back in just a moment with more of our pregame show brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too. For future employment, no experience necessary, we will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
Interior technicians.
I'm ready for my big role, Jerry.
What do you mean?
You said I'd be in your next 30 commercials.
No. I said Intech has over 30 years of commercial cleaning experience. You know, like offices, so they can ensure happy visitors and a healthy workforce.
So the shoot's in an office? I can make that work.
Oh my goodness. When you need it clean, call the Intech team.
Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermilion, they strive to provide the highest quality patient-centered dental care in a friendly, relaxing atmosphere. Knutson Family Dentistry works hard to provide the best cosmetic, general, and emergency dental treatment in the area. With over 50 years of combined dental experience, the latest dental technology, and a professional and compassionate staff, they're your top choice for dental care. Call for an appointment at 605-857-8008. Knutson Family Dentistry of Vermilion.
Eliminate the wait when your furnace and AC needs repair by joining Larry's Heating and Cooling, Comfort Care, and Elite Care Club. Larry's Comfort Care Club features seasonal maintenance discounts on service and no overtime charges. Larry's Elite Club includes seasonal maintenance, free parts, free labor, free service calls, and both mean you are in front of the line for service. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling and sign up for the Comfort Care or Elite Care Club. Larry's Heating and Cooling, Yankton and Vermilion.
And welcome back to Madison High School in Madison, South Dakota. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Zara Bitsos. If I say Jen Ashley, I will always try to correct myself, but Jen will be in Yankton with Joe Van Gore today, as they will be bringing you the Tanager girls as they take on the as the Tanager girls take on the Millbank Bulldogs in a Sacred Hoops All-Girls Classic at Simple Arena in Yankton. So that game will start pregame started about 6 o'clock. Tip-off is set for 6:30. Right here, we have the Lennox Orioles against Tioshpazina. And right now, Lennox leads 61-43. Lennox featuring the return of Porter Enan last week, or in their last game, so I know they're excited about that. And so USD recruit will be fun to see how he's doing as well. They're easing him back in. They've played well without him, but you know they're going to be even better with him. And so let's take a look. I said we'd talk about the girls' side of the ledger, because you know what? We don't want to play favorites. And so the girls' rankings as of last week, or Monday, had O'Gorman with 17 first-place votes at 9-0. Now, really, honestly, talking to Ryan Moores at Yankton Quarterback Club, he said, he said of the teams he's seen, they are the most dominant girls team in a number of years. So that's a team to keep an eye on. Mitchell moved from 4th to 2nd. They're 9-0 on the season as of Monday. Harrisburg was 6-3 in 3rd. Jefferson fell from 2nd to 4th at 9-3. And Brandon Valley went from not being rated at all, not receiving votes, to 5th at 6-3. They defeated Yankton last night, the Gazelles, and so Aberdeen Central, Washington, Pierre, and Huron were also receiving votes. In Class A, Sisseton at 15 first-place votes at 10-0. Wagner had been tied for second. They were in second on Monday. I believe they will fall, though, because they were 9-1. I think they're 9-2 now. T Area was 9-1, received 2 first-place votes. They were in third. Flandreau stayed in 4th at 9-0. And Red Cloud stayed in 5th at 11-0. Receiving votes, Sioux Falls Christian, Florence Henry, and Aberdeen Ron Colley. And in Class B, Ethan had 8 first-place votes, moved from 2nd to 1st. Centerville, after falling to Wagner, fell from 1st to 2nd at 9-1 with 7 first-place votes. And Lyman stayed in 3rd at 10-0 with 1 first-place vote. Wall stayed in 4th at 9-2. And Harding County at 10-0 is receiving votes. Now, I believe Wall may have lost this past week, as a few teams did. So we're going to take a look at the girls' side of the ledger as far as seeding goes as well. So we know Sisseton is still in. Let's just take a look at Class A, home of the Tanagers. Right now, Sisseton's on top at 12-0. And Sioux Falls Christian at 12-1 with 45.46 seed points. Wagner at 10-2 with 45.41. Now, if you look at Sioux Falls Christian, their schedule so far this season, if my thing would pull up, we were going to look at that. Some of the teams that they've played, they expect them to be in the top 5. They've been receiving votes, but they've been hanging out for a while. Well, that's not pulling up. So Wagner in 3rd at 10-2. Red Cloud at 13-0 at 44.9 seed points, followed by Aberdeen Ron Colley, Hanson, Florence Henry, and then our Vermilion Tanagers at 8-3 in 8th with 44.273 seed points, followed by Flandreau, Parkston, Mount Vernon Plankinton, Mobridge Pollock, Hill City, Lennox, Dakota Valley, and Miller. So that's the way the Class A girls fall for seed points. Let's look at Double A. We're at home of the Yankton Bucks and Yankton Gazelles, who fell to Brandon Valley last night, but have been having a much better season than I think some people were expecting, especially in the first year of Coach Decker, the Matt Decker experience. And this is not wanting to pull up for me, unfortunately, so let's take another look at it. There we go. Nope. Mitchell girls at 10-0 are in first, followed by O'Gorman in second at 12-0, 44.3 to 44.25, followed by Sioux Falls Jefferson, Harrisburg, Brandon Valley, Pierre, Aberdeen Central, and Spearfish. Those would all be hosting SODAC 16 games. In the bottom 8 of the SODAC 16 would be Sioux Falls, Washington, traveling to Spearfish, Rapid City Stevens to Aberdeen Central, Huron to Pierre, Rapid City Central to Brandon Valley, Sioux Falls Roosevelt to Harrisburg. And then Yankton would be taking on Sioux Falls Jefferson, Watertown would be taking on O'Gorman, and Sioux Falls Lincoln would be taking on Mitchell. So the Yankton Gazelles looking to get a win today against Douglas. Again, that will be on 5-star streaming later. Zach Spear and our new camera person, Maddie, his wife, are out in Box Elder today, bringing you Douglas as they host the Bucks and Gazelles. That'll start around 6 o'clock Central Time. So, 5 o'clock Mountain Time, exclusively on 5-star streaming due to Tanager basketball on ESPN Radio and USD basketball on Classic Hits 106.3. But that should be a good matchup. The Gazelles looking maybe to move up. It's right now 37.909 to 38 for Sioux Falls Roosevelt. They could move up to 13th, which would put them against Harrisburg. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. And then if we're able to take a look at Class B, we'll see if my screen pulls up here. And it did. Ethan in first in Class B, 13-1 by seed points, followed by Centerville, Harding County, Arlington, Lyman, Warner, Wall at 9-3, Faulkton area, Faith, Wessington Springs, Lemon, Freeman, White River, James Valley Christian, Andes, Central Dakota Christian, and Kadoka area are the top 16. Gayville-Vollen of area teams comes in at 20th at 9-3 with 41.583 seed points. Avon in 24th at 7-5 and 41.25 seed points. And Viborg-Hurley at 4-8, they're in 33rd at 40.667. So right now, 3:55 to go. Lennox has this game in hand, 74-45. So we're going to come back with a break, and we'll start talking about our pregame show. We have interviews with Coach Drake and Bruning of Parkston and Vermilion. We'll talk about the starting lineups and look over the stats and upcoming games for the Tanagers, both boys and girls. You're listening to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Again, on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, 3:30 to go in the game. Lennox 76, Tioshpazina 45. Alongside Zara Bitsos, I'm Michael Schumacher, and we'll be right back.
You are self-motivated, accountable, and eager to learn new skills. We'd love to talk to you about a rock star career. Masaba in Vermilion is hiring full and part-time manufacturing positions for the rock industry. Masaba provides comprehensive training in a clean, safe, and state-of-the-art facility. Masaba offers competitive wages, a fun and interesting work environment and culture. Join our team of rock stars. Visit masabainc.com to learn more.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer. Murph's Appliance, downtown Vermilion.
Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, your floral and gift store on the corner of 15th and Broadway. We have what you need this holiday season. The freshest flowers and plants, home decor, candles, games, puzzles, socks, a great foodie corner, and of course beautiful jewelry, because we love things that sparkle. Be sure to stop by and see all that we have. It will surprise you. Shop local, shop Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, your floral and gift store.
Your crew is craving Pizza Ranch? It's easy to order online at pizzaranch.com. Online ordering makes it fast and easy to order craveable crispy ranch chicken or build your favorite pizza exactly how you like it. And now, for even more convenience, place your favorite order with just one tap. So when you're craving pizza or the country's best chicken, go to pizzaranch.com and start your order. For craveable food and convenient online ordering, there's so much to love at Pizza Ranch.
Welcome back to Madison, South Dakota. We are in Madison High School in the main gymnasium as we are getting ready for Vermilion Tanager Boys to take on the Parkston Trojans. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Zara Bitsos. You're listening to ESPN Radio 101.5 FM and 1570 AM, alongside as well as watching on Vermilion streaming on YouTube. This Parkston Trojans matchup, if it sounds like it's familiar, yes, they played on January 5th. That was right before the big freeze that pretty much paralyzed everything in the state. For about a week and a half, 2 weeks, depending upon exactly where you were. In that game, the Tanagers won 59-51. Now, I mentioned a little different thing is James Deckert, one of the leading scorers for this Parkston team, was just coming back off an ankle injury. So he had not been playing. He had been the leading scorer heading into most of the season, but had missed a few games leading into that, and then was kind of nursing that for a little bit. So his average is down. But if you look at this team, as this game is winding down here, Lennox will win 76-49 over Tioshpazina as the clock continues to run, as it did hit that 30-point mark, and so it became running clock. And so we're going to be getting ready for our Tanager basketball. And so looking at the starting lineups, and we're going to bring that to you, but we had a chance to sit down with Coach Craig Bruning of the Parkston Trojans. And here is that. And so we we'll keep the screen up, but there is just a little notation that we are listening to Coach Bruning. Give me just a second here. If I can find it here, it's one of these. It's one of these. So this is our interview with Coach Bruning, and then we'll discuss their starting lineups. As Coach Bruning, and I want to mention this, coaches have been great to work with, and Coach Bruning was one of the best, getting stats, setting up interview times, just great to work with. And so want to thank him. And so if anybody from Parkston is listening in, thank Coach Bruning for being such a joy to work with. So here's Coach Bruning of the Parkston Trojans here on our pregame show with First Dakota National Bank as we get ready to bring you Vermilion Tanager basketball as they are getting ready to take on these Parkston Trojans of Coach Craig Bruning. Welcome back to our coaches conversation. On the line, we have Coach Craig Bruning of the Parkston Trojans. Coach, it's game day. How you doing?
Oh, good. Ready to go. Playing against these I-29 corridor games are always a fun competition for us, and looking forward to the game.
Well, and it's unique that you're playing a team that you played not too long ago, a little over 2 weeks. Does that create a different dynamic, that kind of a rematch like that?
Yeah. The first time when we played 2 weeks ago on the 5th there, it was a down to the wire game. I think we had 2 or 3 opportunities, down 3 in the last minute and a half of the game or so, and couldn't get one to fall in the basket. And then with the new 2-shot free throw rule, that makes it tough when they get 2 chances at it every time. And that got us at the end, and they made their free throws.
And it was a great matchup, a great night of basketball, and happened right before the big freeze that pretty much froze everything in place for the state for a little while there.
Yeah, I think we played one. Well, we did have that next one the next day, but after that, though, there was a stretch that we only lost 1 game, thank goodness, because we had 2 weeks in a row that we only had 1 game. That was kind of in the middle of our way our schedule lays out. So we've been lucky that we only have to make one of them up.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that basketball is busy enough. Then when you start trying to fit in other games, maybe on a Monday or a Tuesday that was open, it's like, oh man, so
yeah,
it becomes hectic. And then you start getting these games where it's boys playing in one game and girls playing in another, 2 different locations. It becomes a thing. So, but it's a good time. It's always fun to play basketball. Hey, and your team is doing pretty well. How are you feeling about your season so far?
Yep. Yes, we are. I'm very happy with where we're at right now. We're sitting 9-3. Ran into a little buzzsaw last game against Lennox, but that's a very good team, and they're back at full strength. But, we played with them for a good 2.5 quarters there. But, we just got to take care of little things here and there against Vermilion this time. And, going on the Vermilion deal here a little bit, Bryson, we got to take care of that Skosberg kid, hurt us the first game. And, he's a very good freshman player and stuff. And, he's the guy that really probably hurt us the most in that game. And I knew that going in, but we got to take care of him a little bit more. And then, of course, the three-point line with you guys. We gave up 9 3-pointers the first time to you, and I think they had 9 2s and 9 3s. And so we got to guard the three-point line a little bit better, run them off of a little bit, and hopefully have a little bit more success with that this time.
Well, and Vermilion's a team kind of they have those 4 players. It makes it tough to defend any single one, especially when they're hitting from the outside, and their ability to drive the ball as well makes it tough, because it feels like just when you close up one, it opens up something else.
Exactly. Yes, you're right. Spot on there. I think the first game, 5 different guys hit 3-pointers, so it wasn't like last night Lennox, it was one guy. One guy had 7 threes on us, and that killed us. And it wasn't that way with Vermilion with you guys. That you guys all could shoot. Just happened to be Bryson that night, and next night it could be Carter or Trey or Zone, whoever. But we just got to do a little bit better job, though, of defending that 3-point line.
Well, and you're a team that knows success. A lot of your players were part of the football team, and so success and winning is kind of part of the culture. How does that benefit you guys as a basketball team?
I think it really has benefited us a lot this year. You know, those guys had a mindset during then, and that mindset carried over a little bit into, or not a little bit, a lot into basketball, and very much part of the reason we're 9-3 right now. And a lot of those kids that are playing played in that football championship or in the playoffs at some point and stuff. So yeah, that helps a lot when you have success in one sport to the other. It carries over. There a lot.
And that's exactly right. Well, you know, your team has a number of leaders. Who are some of the ones that you lean on? Maybe they're not statistical, but they're always that leader for you.
Yep. You know, our post player, Will Jones, he had a very good game against you guys the first time. And, you know, when things are going good for us, he's going. You know, I mean, he had 23, I think, against you the first time, and we play through him because, you know, we don't have 5 or 6 guys that are going to sit out there and knock down a three. We've got some. I mean, we got guys that can, but, you know, we don't shoot a lot of three-pointers. So we work through the post and trying to get it in there. And then, you know, we got some guys that can drive. You know, Luke Borman, he probably didn't have as great a game against you guys as he had. He's our second leading scorer. He kind of got shut down that night. And our third leading scorer, James Decker, he was hurt and didn't play a lot in your game. Your game was his first game back the first time from a pretty bad sprained ankle. And so we're going to look, hopefully that'll help us this time and give us a little bit more scoring depth that we need. And then to round out the starters, you have Peyton Kane, who's playing pretty good right now. He had a good game last night against Lennox. And then Bryson Bruning is our other starter now as a freshman. He had a decent game against you guys. He's kind of our point guard guy that helps us operate the offense.
All right. Well, Coach, I think it's going to be a great matchup. It's a great day of basketball in Madison, the DAK XII-NEC Clash. Where you guys, because you guys aren't in the NEC, you guys are just kind of that evening out.
Yes,
to make
I think we've done it 3 years now or something. There was a team, I can't remember if it was, I think it was Britain or somebody up there that moved down to Class B. They were in the conference. I don't know if they're even in the conference anymore up there, but we took their place a few years back for that.
Yeah, and so it does. It just lends itself to a great day of basketball. So if anybody's looking, you know, being in Madison on Saturday, it's just going to be a great time. And looking forward to this, kind of right smack dab in the middle of it. And, Coach, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today. Really appreciate it, and best of luck against Vermilion. That was Coach Craig Bruning of the Parkston Trojans. We'll be back with more on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, Vermilion, Yankton, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube.
The Perks card from Pump and Pack? Well, guess what? There's an addition, not just a card, it's an app. The Pump and Perks app and the Pump and Perks card from Pump and Pack, Vermilion. Just go to their Facebook page, Pump and Pack, and scan the QR code and you're in. Or go to the store, Pump and Pack, and get the card. Then download the app. Each one does the same thing. Like give you 5 cents off per gallon every day, except for Sunday, it's double with the Perks card from Pump and Pack, Vermilion.
Welcome to Runnings in Vermilion. Shop their great lineup of clothes for women, names like Ariat and Carhartt for men, boots and shoes and kids' clothing. Runnings has a large supply of animal food and accessories. Love the outdoors? See the selection of ammo, firearms, and fishing equipment. For everything you need, walk through the doors at Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store, Vermilion.
Welcome back to Madison, South Dakota, at Madison High School, as we are getting ready for the next DAK XII-NEC Clash, as the Vermilion Tanagers at 7-4 on the season are taking on the Parkston Trojans at 9-3 in a rematch from a 59-51 victory for these Tanagers back on January 5th. There's about 8.5 minutes to go before game time and before game introductions. Let's listen to what Coach Jay Drake had to say, as we had a chance to sit down with Coach Drake about this game coming up. and just kind of the unique aspect of playing a team twice in 2 weeks. Here's Coach Jay Drake of the Vermilion Tanagers on Tanager Basketball Pregame, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Welcome back to our coaches conversation, and on the line I have Coach Jay Drake of the Vermilion Tanagers as we get ready for some DAK XII-NEC Clash action. Coach, this is always a fun day. How are you feeling?
Yeah, you know, when you say the Clash, obviously this is I believe it's the 7th year of the DAK XII at NEC. You know, a little history on it. Before that, we had gone through when the DAK XII first started, which I think we're in the 11th year of the DAK XII. So that first 3-4 years, we just kind of had a DAK XII clash, and what they would do at that time, there was 12 teams in the conference, and whoever was 1 and 2 on the PowerPoints, they would play 3 and 4, 5 versus 6, and so on. So we got rid of that. Part of it is you could end up seeing a team 3 times because you play them in the regular season, you could see them in the clash, and this happened with us one year, having to play T 3 times. And then you could see them in the region game, and it's tough enough the way it is, and you'd rather not see a team 2-3 times in a year. They got the NEC, the Northeast Conference up north, to kind of join. And so like I said, year 7, a little unusual for us, though, because Britain Hecla is the one extra team in the NEC that had elected not to play in this. And so the last 3-4 years, they've had to get someone else to at least fill in to get to 11 teams. And I think a few years ago it was Chamberlain, but the last couple of years it's been Parkston, who's actually not an NEC team. And here we are. That's who we end up drawing. So a team we've seen, and obviously we know it's going to be a challenge.
Well, and that's exactly right. You know, you faced them on the 5th, right before the winter cold snap kind of froze things, not pardon the pun, but froze things as they were for about a week and a half. But you guys came in and had, defeated them, gave them their second loss of the season, and that is their only loss. They've played twice since then, winning both games. What can you take away from that first game that you think you can apply to them, and that maybe that they can apply to you? Yeah, you know, the first game kind of went in a sense the way we didn't want it to go, because it kind of turned into a half-court, grinded out, and, you know, we had talked before that game. They've got good athletes, strong kids, and won their football class in football this year, were the runner-ups a year ago. These guys have been playing on the varsity basketball team for some of them 3-4 years now, and playing key minutes. And so they've been around, they're competitors, and they really did a good job with our full-court pressure. That we actually in the second half just kind of dropped out of it and went and played half-court man. But they're a physical group, and it was a really physical game. The Jadozi kid we really had a tough time with trying to match up. He does a good job in the post. Coach Bruning's son, the Bruning out there on the perimeter, freshman, going to be a really good player, but he made some key plays, and they just kind of hung around, and we were never able to just open things up to get it to double digits, and we had to make some plays down the stretch, and this will be no different. Anytime you see a team for the second time in a matter of 3-4 weeks, obviously it's good that we know them and have played them, but it's the same thing, they've played us. Obviously, I think both teams will try to make a few adjustments, but the big hope for us, try to get more of a fast-paced game, get it up and down the floor a little bit more. Our full-court pressure's got to do better than it did the first time around. And like anything, anytime on these clashes, you know, it's a 3:30 game in the afternoon, and being able to handle, there's no C or JV before that. Obviously, there'd be other games going on, but we've got to be able to handle the game time and approach things just like we would any other game and be ready to go in the afternoon. Well, and that's exactly right. Just a little bit different timing. Now, you know, your team, you're kind of hitting that second half of the season. What are you hoping? You had a pretty successful first half. What are you hoping to see in this second half as far as continued improvement from your team, things that you still think you need the most improvement upon? Yeah, we, you know, really in all areas, obviously trying to get better. We've stressed all year long. We've still got a ways to go defensively and rebounding the basketball. Trying to continue. We had a really good offensive rhythm
kind of going into that stretch. And then with the weather and the break we kind of had with the weather a couple weeks ago, we're trying to kind of get back to that point. We're getting a little more flow and movement on the offensive end. But, any coach should tell you, we're going to be moving into February next week here. We're on a stretch. This will be game 4 out of 5 that we'll be playing in 10 days. We'll finish that stretch up on Monday against Madison. But you're trying to play your best basketball at the end of the year. We're about a month away from region tournament time. And just trying to develop some individual consistency, which obviously will lead to team consistency. And then same thing on individual improvement. And gaining experience will lead to team improvement. And, we just got to keep grinding things out, getting better each day. Again, I know it's a lot of coach talk and sounds cliche, but it's the reality of the situation, too, between practices and games and a month to go in the season. And you're trying to get some momentum, too. And with that, obviously, you're looking for some wins to kind of gain confidence from and be playing well going into the final month of the year.
Well, and a lot of things become cliches because they're so apt. I mean,
right.
They're very applicable. So I think cliches get a bad rap sometimes. Well, Coach, I think it's going to be a good matchup. Always love it at the DAK XII-NEC Clash. It's always a fun atmosphere. Last year, a little bit different because you guys actually played a rescheduled game. So we were there first thing in the morning in the auxiliary gym, and then the girls were the last game at night in the main gym. So I got to see a lot of basketball last year. I don't know if I'll see as much this year, but looking forward to it, and look forward to talking to you hopefully after the game.
All right. Thanks a lot, Michael.
Hey, thanks, Coach. You have yourself a great day.
Yep, you too.
That was Coach Jay Drake of the Vermilion Tanagers here on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, Vermilion, Yankton, and live on Vermilion streaming on YouTube.
Sherco in Vermilion is a full-service service center. Sherco LLC is an industry-leading supplier of tarp systems to the transportation industry and is located in Vermilion, South Dakota. Sherco Vermilion supports their customers in the agricultural, construction, waste, and flatbed markets. Become a part of the Sherco team. Go to sure-co.com, about us/careers. Demand the best. Demand Sherco.
Visit our sleep experts at the Yankton Slumberland. With over 50 mattresses to choose from, we carry every price, free financing options, and the most trusted brands in the nation like Stearns & Foster, Sealy, and Tempur-Pedic. Snoring or lower back pain tormenting you? Seek relief with an adjustable power base. Fall asleep faster and cooler with our sheets and pillow selection. With a 120-night sleep trial, you can't make a mistake. See us today at the Yankton Slumberland, 2401 Broadway.
Welcome back to Vermilion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher, alongside Zara Bitsos, as we are getting ready to bring you the Tanagers as they get ready to take on the Parkston Trojans in a rematch of the game just on January 5th. So about 3 weeks ago. It was a Friday night, so 3 weeks and a day, where the Vermilion Tanagers came out with a 59-51 victory. We're going to pause for a moment. We'll keep it right here for the national anthem.
Place the flag, stand with your right hand over your arm. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
And that was the national anthem. As we get ready here, as they are getting ready to announce the starting lineups. Vermilion will be the home team on the scoreboard. Parkston will be the visitor. Vermilion in their white uniforms with red and numbers and letters with black trim. Parkston in those blue uniforms with the nice orange letters and numbers with white trim. Starting lineups for Parkston: Luke Borman, number 3, a 5'10 senior guard averaging 12.1 points per game, 3.9 rebounds, 2.6 assists, and 1.2 steals. James Deckert, 6'1 junior forward, 12.7 points per game, 5.2 rebounds, and 2 assists. Bryson Bruning, a 6-foot freshman guard, 7.8 points per game, 4.3 rebounds, 3.9 assists, and 2 steals per game. Will Jadozzi, a 6'2 senior forward averaging 17.9 points and 8.6 rebounds. And then finally Peyton Kane, 6'3 senior forward averaging 6 points, 6 rebounds, and 1.3 steals. For Vermilion, their usual starting 5, number 20, Connor Rohrig, the 5'11 senior guard who's a co-captain on this team, along with Bryson Skogsberg, the 6'1 freshman guard, number 22. Number 23, also a co-captain, 6'1 senior guard, Zone Robinson. Number 24, Carter Hansen, a 6'3 junior guard, also a co-captain. And then finally, number 33, a 6'3 sophomore guard, number 33, Trey Hansen. So again, Connor Rohrig, Bryson Skogsberg, Zone Robinson, Carter Hansen, and Trey Hansen. Jumping for Vermilion will be, as usual, Carter Hansen. Will Jadozzi doing the honors for Parkston. Parkston comes away with the jump. They'll be moving right to left. Here's Bryson Bruning. Gets it across over to Borman. Borman drives in, short jumper, and that is no good. Jadozzi thought he came down with it, but it was Trey Hansen that ends up with it. First rebound of the game. And they find Carter Hansen open down low. So Hansen to Hansen on that one. Carter Hansen, he's been having himself a few games lately, averaging getting 20 points in a couple of different contests. Here's Jadozzi, gets it down low to Peyton Kane. Kane loses it, and that is out of bounds off of Carter Hansen. So 7:16 to go here in the first quarter. Vermilion with 2 points, leading 2-0. Again, Vermilion will move right to left to right. 20 seconds on the shot clock for Parkston as they will inbound the ball. Bryson Bruning gets it into Jadozzi. Jadozzi back to Bruning, the freshman. Over to number 5, James Deckert, the player who was unable to play in the last one too much. There's, some multiple rebounds by Kane, up, but no good. And that rebound by Bryson Skogsberg. Skogsberg stole it away from Kane. We're a minute in, Vermilion leads 2-0. Carter Hansen thought about the 3, gets it back out to Trey. Vermilion with good ball movement. Carter Hansen, the 3 has not been his game this season, so he seems to be a little bit hesitant, but he's working that on the drive, and he is fouled on the shot by Bryson Bruning. That'll be Bruning's first personal, first team. And now the new rule this year, you get 5 fouls each quarter before you go to the line to shoot a bonus, and the bonus is the double bonus, 2 free throws. But this was on the shot. Carter Hansen hits the first one, so he now has all 3 of Vermilion's points. Make that all 4 of Vermilion's points. The free throws could be huge tonight, and that has been sometimes a little bit of an issue for Vermilion. We'll see. Other times they've been able to pretty much hit them all. Here's Deckert, gets it over to Kane, back up to Bryson Bruning, kind of runs the show up here. Turnaround jumper for Bruning. Oh, rolls in and out. Rebound, Zone Robinson. Zone gets the ball over to Skogsberg. Skogsberg with a quick 3. That'll be off the back iron, but Carter Hansen knocks it into the hands of Trey. Trey tries the 3, no good, and that's going to be a foul on Bryson Skogsberg on the rebound as he went high, but just a little bit out of control, knocking down the Parkston player. So that'll be Bryson's first personal, first team for Vermilion. 6:15 to go. Vermilion leads 4-0. 1 foul on each team. Parkston's been getting some looks, but unable to get any to drop so far. Here's Luke Borman. Borman gets trapped, gets it over to Bryson Bruning on the lower right side. Here's James Deckert, back out to Bruning. Bruning guarded by Rohrig. And here's Kane down to Bruning. Parkston with good ball movement. Here's Deckert for three. No good off the back iron, but Jadozzi with the rebound. Kicks it back out to Borman, who will drive in. Pull up short jumper. Oh, no good. Rebound, Carter Hansen. Hansen ahead to Robinson. Robinson up and in. That's a quick 6-0 lead for Vermilion with 5.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. And they are going to call a foul on Skogsberg. Oh, nope, I think they're going to call it on Hansen. Nope, yep, they're calling it on Hansen. That's his first personal, second team. So Deckert gets it into Bruning, who sets the offense, gets it over to Borman. Borman with the white headband, kind of the old school look there. Here's Deckert on the left-hand side. Oh, and that was not handled by Jadozzi and stolen by, I believe, it was Skogsberg. And Skogsberg lays it up with the left hand, makes it 8-0. So with 5:07 to go, Parkston is going to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Actually, it's just a 30-second, so we will not take a timeout. So with 5:07 to go, Vermilion 8, Parkston nothing. It looks like a couple of Parkston players are going to check in. I believe it'll be Brady Becker and one of the Jerviks. I wasn't quite sure. I thought it was a Jervik. I think Braden Jervik will be checking in. I saw him remove his warm-up jersey. So 5:07 to go. Vermilion 8, Parkston nothing. 4 points for Carter Hansen, 2 points for Bryson Skogsberg, and 2 points for Zone Robinson. Great rebounding from Vermilion, good ball movement. So their original 5 are still out there. Now out there for Parkston, you have, Braden Jervik, Brady Becker, Will Jadozzi, Luke Borman, and Bryson Bruning. Kane and Deckert have gone to the bench. Again, 3 minutes gone, 8-0, Vermilion leads. Here's Borman bringing the ball up. Gets it over to Jervik. Jervik, and boy, they need to hurry. Oh, they do just get it across. I don't know that they realized how much time they had taken. Boy, Borman got caught in the air, got the ball out. Here's Jadozzi. Jadozzi really hurt Vermilion last time, and there, down low, Jadozzi able to get it up and in. Breaks the seal for Parkston. Vermilion leads 8-2. Carter Hansen again hesitant with that 3, but Trey, pull-up jumper, and that is good. Trey Hansen now with 2. Connor Rohrig, the only starter who has not scored for Vermilion. Looks like Kane and Deckert are going to check back in. So here's Brady Becker, now to Jervik, over to Borman. Borman guarded by Zone Robinson. Nice spin move by Borman, and that is up and in with the short jumper. Makes it 10-4. Pass ahead to Bryson Skogsberg. Skogsberg over to Rohrig. Nice ball movement. Get it over to the left-hand side. Get it down low to Carter. Carter up and has it blocked from behind by Jadozzi. And that ball is tipped by Bryson Skogsberg, and then touched by Bryson Bruning. And so ball out of bounds off of Parkston will go over to Vermilion. Borman and Jadozzi check out. Deckert and Kane check in. So with 3:50 to go, Vermilion leads 10-4. Carter Hansen with the ball on the left-hand side. Hits a cutting Zone Robinson, who short jumper, but no good. And Skogsberg saves it, but into the hands of Brady Becker. Over to Braden Jervik. Jervik for 3, wide open, but no good. Off the front iron. Zone Robinson with the rebound. Connor Rohrig drives in, kicks it back out, and that is a blocking foul. That'll be the second team foul on Parkston. And that's on number 10, Brody. Sorry, I was calling him Brady. Brody Becker. So Landon Cerny checks in. He was unavailable last time out for a game, so checks in for Connor Rohrig. Checking out are Betker and Bruning. So now you have Borman, Jervik, Kane, Jadozzi, and Deckert. Carter Hansen up and in. So Carter Hansen now has 6 points, 12-4 Vermilion leads with 3:14 to go here in the first quarter. Fast-paced first quarter. Here's a pass ahead to Kane, down to Jadozi. Jadozi. Oh, and they're going to call a foul on Carter Hansen, and Hansen's saying, I got all ball. And it did look really good. It looked like a good, clean block, but they're going to call a foul on the shot. So Jadozi will go to the line. Carter Hansen with his first personal, third team. Again, on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, 3:05 remaining in the first quarter. Vermilion leads 12-4. Jadozi's first free throw is up and good. And just a reminder, that timeout taken by Parkston was brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermilion. Murph's Appliance for all your appliance needs. Second free throw for Jadozi is good. Jadozi now has 4 points on the game. Makes it 12-6. So it was 8-0 at that timeout. Parkston has held, it's pretty much been holding serve since then. Here's Cerny in the lower right corner. Cerny brings it around. Gets it over to Zone. Zone thought about the long three. Drives in, kicks it out to Carter Hansen. Hansen will take that three, and that is good. Carter Hansen with a three-pointer. Carter Hansen has 9 points on the day already in the first quarter. 15-6. This is the Vermilion's biggest lead of 9. Here's Jervik on the left-hand side, guarded by Skogsberg. Gets it over to Deckert. Deckert drives in, pull-up jumper from the free throw line. No good. Bryson Skogsberg with his second rebound of the game. So Carter thought about the three, gets it over to Trey. Trey, jumper, gets it across to Cerny. Zone will take that three, no good, and Borman in with the rebound for Parkston. 15-6, Vermilion leads with 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Borman with the offensive foul, and that'll be Borman's first personal. That'll go the other way. Exactly 2 minutes remaining. Bryson Skogsberg, one of those experts at taking a charge. I think he learned from his brother. Carter was great last year. The number of actual charges taken by Carter Skogsberg was quite something. So Trey Hansen brings the ball up as Vermilion hasn't set their offense too many times. Carter Hansen tries for the three. That is short. Rebound by Borman. So 1:47 to go. Borman brings the ball up on the left-hand side. Gets it over to Brandon Jervik. And here's Deckert. Back to Kane. Good ball movement. Back to the left. Bryson Bruning looking to check in. Deckert for a long three. No. Rebound. Skogsberg. That's his third. Skogsberg brings the ball up. Will take a quick three. No good. And Cerny had it, and they're going to say it was off of Cerny. So it is going to go back to... Oh, no. They called a foul on Jervik. They called a foul on Braden Jervik. His first personal. So that's a first personal, fourth team. I think people thought they were calling it out off of Cerny. I know that's what I thought. Everyone was walking the other direction. Parkston was getting ready to inbound the ball. And so Trey Hansen will inbound. Bryson Bruning came in. Peyton Kane comes out. Carter Hansen drives in, gets into the paint, goes up with the left hand, and, just rolls out. 15-6. No scoring over the last minute and a half, but 1:14 to go. Jervik out to Jadozi. Bruning sets up the offense. 1 minute and 7 seconds to go. Borman on the left-hand side, guarded by Trey Hansen. And here's Borman for three. No good. Rebound, Carter Hansen. 56 seconds to go. And there's going to be a foul on Bruning. If that's on Bruning, that is his second personal and fifth team. And it is. It's on Bryson Bruning, the freshman, who's playing some great ball, averaging 8 points per game. Timeout taken by Parkston. It's a 30-second, but we will take a quick timeout as well. You're listening to Vermilion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM KVTK, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube.
Get the finest wood in the neighborhood, down at the lumberyard, down at the lumberyard.
But it's not just wood at the lumberyard. With a wide variety of quality building materials, the folks at the lumberyard can help you with all of your project needs. Whether it be paint, siding, cabinets, windows, or of course lumber, the lumberyard is ready to help. The best wood in the neighborhood at the lumberyard, 1000 West Cherry Street in Vermilion.
Welcome back to Madison High School in Madison, South Dakota. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Zara Bitsos. 54.6 seconds left in the first quarter as Vermilion leads Parkston 15-6. Landon Cerny at the line to shoot 2 free throws after being fouled by Bryson Bruning, and his first one is good. That was Bruning's second personal. Second free throw by Cerny is in and then out, so 16-6. 10-point lead, the biggest lead so far for Vermilion. And that is a foul on Zone Robinson. Yep, foul on Zone. That is his first personal, only the fourth team. So 46.4 seconds, 11-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Mason Jervik looks to checks in for James Deckert. So now it's Mason Jervik, Braden Jervik, Peyton Kane, Will Jadozi, and Luke Borman. Here's Mason Jervik, guarded by Carter Hansen. Hansen's usually on the best offensive player for the other team. Braden Jervik over to Luke Borman, who will drive in. Short jumper, no good. Rebound, saved by Trey Hansen, but into the hands of Braden Jervik. 14 seconds remaining. Oh, that ball is knocked out of bounds by Trey Hansen. So 12 seconds remaining on the shot clock. 22.6 seconds remaining on the game clock. Parkston has to inbound the ball. It'll be Mason Jervik on the sideline. Gets it into Luke Borman, who's guarded by Zone Robinson. Peyton Kane for a long 3, and that is good. Peyton Kane with a 3-pointer. Cuts that lead to 7 with 10 seconds to go. Trey Hansen drives in, kicks it out to Landon Cerny. Over to Carter, over to Zone. Zone from the top of the key. Oh, in and out, no good. And that is the way the quarter will end. Vermilion 16, Parkston 9. We'll be right back on ESPN Radio 101.5 FM, 1570 AM KVTK, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube.
You ready to start a career with an exciting team? Thermobond is looking to add to our team of experts. We offer competitive wages, a positive work environment, and on-the-job training. Thermobond is headquartered in Elk Point, South Dakota, and for over 30 years we've been providing lightweight and precast solutions for multiple industries nationwide. Check us out and see if you'd like to start a new career with us today.
Todd's Electric, your full-service electrical contracting company. Todd's Electric services residential, commercial, agricultural, and industrial customers. From the simplest service call to the most complex design build project, Todd's Electric has the expertise to do it right. Call Todd's Electric for all your electrical needs. Todd's Electric, helping you control all things electric. Except for lightning. Todd's Electric. Go Tanagers.
Welcome back to Madison High School in Madison, South Dakota. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Zara Bitsos. After the first quarter of action, Vermilion leads Parkston 16-9 in boys basketball here at the DAK XII-NEC Clash. That was an update brought to you by Midwest Ready Mix, the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. We want to thank them for their sponsorship. This is basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. The Tanagers looking good out there. Connor Rohrig now back out. So it's Hansen, Rohrig, Skogsberg, and Robinson. Trey Hansen on the right-hand side. Long 3, no good. Off the iron. Rebound by Braden Jervik. Gets it off to Borman. It's Jervik, Borman, Jadozi, and Kane out there for Parkston. Here's Braden Jervik. Here's Luke Borman. To get it out top to Mason Jervik. Borman with the pull-up jumper. That is short. Rebound by Trey Hansen. That's Trey's third rebound of the game. Carter brings the ball up. Carter drives into the lane, kicks it back out to Skogsberg. Thought about the 3. Oh, off the back iron. And Bryson has just, feels like he's been off the last few games. 16-9, Vermilion leads. And that was Borman taking it all the way, and that was no good. Rebound by Carter Hansen. 9 points and 3 rebounds, and now goes in and takes it up and takes it in himself. He now has 11 points, the first player in double figures. Borman drives in. Then that is going to be a charge on Borman. Well taken by Connor Rohrig. Connor Rohrig might be just as good as Bryson Skogsberg, but Luke Borman with his second personal. So Bryson Bruning will check in for Luke Borman. So now it's Jervik, Borman, Jadozi, and Kane. 18-9. 9-point lead. 10-point lead is the biggest, and that was with 46 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Bryson Skogsberg thought about the three, did not take it, gets it out to Carter Hansen. Hansen gets it over to Trey. Trey drives in, kind of off-balance jumper, and that is good. And Braden Jervik hits the deck, but that is now 4 points for Trey Hansen. And Connor Rohrig with the steal on the high. Trapped by the Tanager defense. Skogsberg thought about the three, drives in, short jumper, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Skogsberg. That is going to be his second personal. Second personal on Bryson. First team. And so we'll see if Cerny comes in or if Trenton Thomas comes in. When Cerny was not available last time out against Del Rapids, Trenton Thomas saw some playing time. So we'll see if Trenton gets in today. So here's Jadozzi with the ball oh no, over and back. Jadozzi did not realize how close he was to the midcourt line. Gave it off to Bryson Bruning as he was not set on the other side. Now Cole Tweeten comes in for Bryson Skogsberg. Interesting. It looks like maybe they're trying to keep up with Jadozzi, but now checking in, it's Deckert. So it's Deckert and Leichner along with Bryson Bruning, Peyton Kane, and Mason Jervik. For Parkston, for Vermilion, Connor Rohrig, Trey and Carter Hansen, Zone Robinson, and Cole Tweeten. Here's Carter Hansen. Cross-court pass is stolen away by Kane. Carter Hansen, just not an ill-advised pass through the arms of Parkston. And there's a nice pull-up jumper by Deckert for his first points of the game. 20-11. 20-11 with for the Vermilion lead. With 5:41 to go here in the second quarter. Zone Robinson at the free throw line, gets it off to Carter. Over to Cole. Cole Tweeten with the short jumper. Oh, no good. Rebound, Peyton Kane. Kane gets it ahead to Mason Jervik. Gets it over to Bryson Bruning. Bruning will drive in. Kicks it out to Jervik. Jervik for a long three, and that is no good. Rebound, Carter Hansen. Hansen now has 4 rebounds to go with his 11 points. Carter Hansen up with the left hand, no good. Ball comes out and rebounded by Trey Hansen. Gets it over to Zone Robinson. Carter for 3. That's off the iron, and that is rebounded by Bruning. Bruning, nice spin move, and they're going to call a travel on Bryson Bruning. I don't think he expected Rohrig to make the move that he did. And so here's a timeout called by Jay Drake. It's a 30-second timeout, so we're just going to keep it here. But this pause in the action is brought to you by Murph's Appliance of downtown Vermilion. Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermilion for all of your appliance needs. Proud to have Murph's Appliance as a longtime sponsor of Vermilion Tanager basketball. Again, you're listening to Tanager basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. And on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, 4:58 to go here in the second. Vermilion leads 20-11. Vermilion being led in scoring by Carter Hansen with 11 points to go with 4 rebounds. Trey Hansen with 4 points to go with 4 rebounds. Bryson Skogsberg, 2 points and 3 rebounds. And Zone Robinson, 2 points and 2 rebounds. 1 point for Landon Cerny. Connor Rohrig is the only starter not to have scored yet for Vermilion. For Parkston, Luke Borman with 2, James Deckert with 2. You have 4 points for Will Jadozzi and a 3-pointer for Peyton Kane. All right, we're back in action here. Again, Vermilion traveling left to right in their white uniforms with red numbers and letters and black trim. Connor Rohrig with the ball. Over to zone. Good defense by this Parkston team. Not getting free three-point attempts. And there's a long three from Trey Hansen, and Trey drops it. Trey drops the 3. He now has 7 points. 23-11. 12 points is the biggest lead for Vermilion. Oh, that ball is knocked away by Trey Hansen, but unable to get to it. It's Mason Jervik. 19 seconds on the shot clock. 4:16 on the game clock here in the second quarter. Bryson Bruning looks to drive in, kicks it back out to Deckert. Deckert for a long 3, no good. Rebound Trey Hansen for his 5th rebound. Long outlet pass off of Carter Hansen. Hansen hit the deck. I think Carter wondered what exactly happened there. So course, Parkston was a football champion, so maybe a little more physical play than Vermilion's used to sometimes. And we saw that in the first game as well. So here's Kane over to Bruning. Looking to check in is Will Jadozi. And Elliot Leichner unable to connect on the little bunny, as they call it. And Zone Robinson gets the rebound, his third of the afternoon. Here's Connor Rohrig. Over to Carter Hansen. Down to Cole Tweeten. Out to Trey. Trey for three. Oh, off the back iron. And Vermilion is not getting a ton of offensive rebounds. They are not getting second chance points. Here's Bryson Bruning, and they're going to call Trey Hansen with a foul. That will be Trey's second personal. So we'll see if anybody checks in for Vermilion. Checking in, Jadozi and Borman. Checking out, Leichner and Mason Jervik. So that was Trey's second personal, second team. 23-11, Vermilion leads with 3:21 to go here in the second quarter. They get the ball into Jadozi. Jadozi's not necessarily comfortable on the three-point line. He hands it off to Borman. Back to Bruning, back to Borman. Borman guarded by Rohrig. Off-balance jumper, rebound to Carter Hansen, who now has 5. Hansen averages almost 9 rebounds a game. Carter Hansen thought about the three, drives in, short jumper from the paint, no good. Rebound, Will Jadozi. They get it off to Bryson Bruning, who drives in. Kicks it into Jadozi. Tweeten in there. Jadozi with the turnaround jumper up and no good. Good defense by Cole Tweeten. Rebound again by Carter Hansen, his 6th of the game. Now Landon Cerny is looking to check in. They get it into zone in the paint on the elbow, and that is out of bounds off of Parkston. So 2:32 to go here in the second quarter. Vermilion leads 23-11. Bryson Skogsberg and Landon Cerny check in. Connor Rohrig and Trey Hansen check out. So again, Tweeten out there as the big man, along with Cerny, Carter Hansen, Zone Robinson, and Bryson Skogsberg. Zone into the block. Not sure where that pass was going, but they're going to call a foul on 50. Cole Tweeten with his first personal, third team foul. So Parkston will inbounds here. 3 team fouls with 2:27 to go in the second quarter. And here's a long jumper from Will Jadozi that drops. Jadozi now has 6 points to lead the way for the Trojans, 23-13. It's a 10-point lead for Vermilion. Carter Hansen gets it into zone. Zone has it knocked away by Braden Jervik. Bounce pass back to Braden. Up with the left hand, no good. Gets his own rebound, has it knocked away, and that is into the hands of Cole Tweeten. Tweeten with the rebound. Zone Robinson just looking to settle down. 1:47 to go. Vermilion with a 10-point lead. Came into the quarter with a 7-point lead. Carter Hansen with a long three, and that is good. That is 14 points on the afternoon for Carter Hansen. So Bryson Bruning, that's a 13-point lead. Again, the biggest for Vermilion. And that shot is no good. Rebound, Bryson Skogsberg. That's his 4th of the night. As Carter Hansen gets the ball over to Zone Robinson. Zone pulls up for a 3. Oh, off the iron, no good. Braden Jervik with the rebound. 1:08 to go. Vermilion leads by 13. Bryson Bruning thought about the 3, goes into the paint, and that pass is an errant pass. Makes it past James Deckert. That'll go back to Vermilion with 1:02 to go. So Vermilion, if you're Coach Jay Drake, you have to really like the way your team is playing right now. 26 points isn't a ton, but it's efficient because they're playing against a great Parkston team, playing some good defense. Carter Hansen with a long 3, off the iron, no good. Peyton Kane with the rebound. That's probably the one thing. They're not getting many second chance points on the offensive end. So Braden Jervik with the ball. 43 seconds to go, 24 seconds on the shot clock. James Deckert over to Peyton Kane. Back to Deckert. It's Kane, Deckert, Jervik, and Jadozi in there for Parkston. There's a cross-court pass to Peyton Kane. 9 seconds on the shot clock. Braden Jervik Gives it off to Deckert. Deckert not afraid of that pull-up jumper, and that's why he is good. Drops that one. Now 4 points for Deckert. Back to an 11-point lead for Vermilion. 12 seconds to go. Vermilion will play for the final shot. Again, they came into the quarter leading by 7. They currently lead by 11. Bryson Skogsberg for a long three. No good. Just, it is off for Bryson. I'm not quite sure what is going on with him. It just hasn't been there lately, and you know, he's such an important part of this offense. Oh, and they're calling it off of Vermilion. There's only 0.7 of a second left, so that's going to be the way it ends at the half. Vermilion leads 26-15. You're listening to Tanager Basketball on ESPN Radio 101.5 FM, 1570 AM KVTK, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Zara Bitsos. This is brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Again, on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, Vermilion 26, Parkston 15. We'll be back in 2 minutes here on Vermilion streaming on YouTube.
Last week, a guy walked into the UPS store in Vermilion. He did not notice the copiers, the printers, the mailboxes, the banners, the posters, not even the business and shipping supplies. It was like he had blinders on. Hi, this is Jay with the UPS store in Vermilion. Many people don't see everything we have to offer when they stop by the UPS store to ship their packages. They miss all the things we have, like printing, designing. We even offer notary services here at the UPS store, located on Cherry Street in Vermilion.
In a situation like this, the first thing you do, of course, is make sure everybody's okay. And then you're thinking, you better call your insurance person. No, just call Justin. At Vermilion Auto Works, you see Justin handles all the insurance claims and gives free quotes. Not everybody does the free quote thing anymore, you know. So call Justin at Vermilion Auto Works. He'll take care of the situation. Carrying WeatherTech, Rough Country, and Tuxedo. Vermilion Auto Works.
Vermilion Medical Clinic has an ongoing mission to provide areas with quality health care and convenient access to medical professionals. Our patients at Vermilion Medical Clinic value our dedicated primary care physicians, compassionate PAs, and consistently scheduled outreach specialty care. If you have health questions, need a screening, or have medical concerns for yourself or family members, call us for an appointment or visit VermilionMedicalClinic.com. So much care, so close to home.
If you're looking for the perfect fit, Vermilion Vision Care Associates fits like the right pair of glasses. Vision Care Associates has its roots in family eye care, and the doctors are well known for being primary eye care providers. With the ability to treat and diagnose a variety of settings, Vermilion Vision Care Associates is the right fit for you. Plus, they can fit you into a new pair of glasses, sunglasses, or contacts that feel just right. With continuing education, see the best doctors at Vermilion Vision Care Associates.
Welcome back to Madison High School in Madison, South Dakota. At the half on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, Vermilion leads Parkston 26-15. Again, this is Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Zara Bitsos. Well, in that first half, Vermilion was led by Carter Hansen. Carter Hansen had 14 points as well as 6 rebounds. Trey Hansen contributed 7 points and 5 rebounds. Zone Robinson with 2 points and 3 rebounds. Bryson Skogsberg, 2 points and 4 rebounds. And Landon Cerny scored a point. On the Parkston side, they are led by Will Jadozzi with 6 points. James Deckert with 4. Peyton Kane with 3. And Luke Borman with 2. That gives us our score of 26-15 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Vermilion, not the scoring total offensive output that you'd like. They have been missing some shots and not getting offensive rebounds, so they're not getting second chance points, but they're also getting good defensive rebounds. They're not giving up points on the other end. Holding Parkston to a 15 points in that first half is quite the accomplishment. So that is the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Look here on our Carlson's Body Shop halftime show. Carlson's Body Shop serving the Beersford area for about 60 years. So thank you to Carlson's Body Shop for sponsoring the halftime show. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Zara Bitsos. We're going to take a brief time out. When we come back, we're going to take a look around the state, brought to you by Vermilion Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home. This is the Carlson's Body Shop Halftime Show on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM KVTK, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube.
Federal Credit Union, we believe in giving back to the community that supports us. That's why our employees make it a priority to volunteer their time and talents to make a difference. Whether it's improving local causes, fighting hunger, or supporting our local zoo, our team is dedicated to making a positive impact in the lives of those around us. We're more than just a financial institution. We're a part of the community, working together to make it a better place for everyone. Your community, your credit union. Voyage Federal Credit Union.
Your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality healthcare, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Welcome back to the Carlson's Body Shop Halftime Show. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Zara Bitsos. We are live from Madison High School in Madison, South Dakota, where we are at the DAK XII-NEC Clash. In the DAK XII-NEC Clash. It's an annual event, a great one. Last year, the boys got postponed, so we ended up being here all day. We had the first game in the auxiliary gym as the boys played Redfield, and the girls played Hamlin in the last game of the day. So Jen and I were here all day last year. A little nicer just to have a quick trip up and back, see some cool basketball, and then get to head home. So we will take a look here at the scoreboard from around the state, brought to you by Vermilion Medical Clinic. Vermilion Medical Clinic, so much care, so close to home. In AA boys action, Sioux Falls Jefferson 63, Sioux Falls Washington 47. And that is a final. Mitchell, Nebraska. That really can't be right. I believe that's Mitchell, South Dakota. Yeah, it's Mitchell leading Brookings 58-33. Douglas and Yankton will play later. In Class A, boys, winner defeated Tri-Valley 42-34. Canton over Laverne, Minnesota 44-37. Kimball White Lake leads Avon 26-22 at the half. Beersford over Garrettson 45-26 with 1 minute to go in the third. Wessington Springs over Miller 61-52. Chester area over McCook Central Montrose 51-49. Parker beat Baltic 51-35, and Stanley County defeated Cheyenne Eagle Butte 31-17. Playing later will be Todd County and McLaughlin, Bennett County and Jones County, Little Wound and Pine Ridge, Great Plains Lutheran and Elkton Lake Benton, Elk Point Jefferson and Kadoka, Flandreau and Sioux Valley. This is the girls' side. Vermilion and Millbank, and Florence Henry and Wagner. All right, I'm just going to start over. Sorry about this. This is brought to you by the Vermilion Medical Clinic. On the boys' side, Sioux Falls Jefferson lost to Sioux Falls Washington 58-55. O'Gorman beat Pierre 57-46. Again, Douglas and Yankton later, Rapid City Stevens and Rapid City Central later. In Class A, boys, Beersford over Scotland in overtime 43-37. T area over Clark Willow Lake. Tri-Valley over Redfield. Del Rapids over Millbank. Elk Point Jefferson over Sisseton. Dubrook area over Mount Vernon Plankinton. All those first ones were from this NEC Clash. From Irene Wakanda, Dubrook area over Mount Vernon Plankinton. Lennox beat Teoshpazina 76-49. West Central leads Webster area 72-38. That's in the auxiliary gym over here. Woolsey Wessington leads Hill City at the half 32-28. Miller leads Wessington Springs 9-2 with 5 minutes to go in the first. Again, Vermilion leads 26-15. That's on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. And Cheyenne Eagle Butte leads Stanley County 31-19. In Class B, boys, Freeman Academy Marion defeated Menno 55-22. Teoshpe Topo over Flandreau Indian 44-17. And again, Beersford over Scotland, Alcester Hudson over Andes Central Dakota Christian, Harding County over New Underwood, Dubuque over Mount Vernon Plankinton. And those are the scores for around the state, brought to you by Vermilion Medical Clinic. When we come back, we will have second half action as Vermilion leads Parkston 26-15. You're listening to ESPN Radio 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube as we bring you Vermilion Tanager basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you got to call Kalen's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kalen's to anyone.
Welcome back to Madison, South Dakota. We're at Madison High School in the main gymnasium. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Zara Bitsos, where we just finished our Carlson's Body Shop halftime show. On the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, Vermilion leads Parkston 26-15 as we start the second half. Vermilion didn't shoot great in the first half, but they were good enough defensively to limit Parkston in so many ways. So we start this second half. Again, Vermilion leading 26-15. Out there for Vermilion, original starting five: Skogsberg, Hansen, Rohrig, and Robinson. For Parkston, it's Bryson Bruning, Will Jadozi, James Deckert, Luke Borman, and Peyton Kane, their original starting five as well. Deckert drives in, pull-up jumper, and that is good. He is really good at that stop, pop, pull-up jumper. Really hard to defend that. So 26-17, a 9-point lead. It has been as big as 13. Then Vermilion loses the ball there. It's going to be, nope, not called a jump ball. Gets it out to Carter Hansen. Hansen drives in. He's met there. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Zone Robinson. Back to Carter. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Carter Hansen drives in, kicks it over to Rohrig. Rohrig for three. Yes! Every starter has scored for Vermilion. Connor Rohrig with his first 3 points gets it out to a 12-point lead again, 29-17. Here's Borman on the left-hand side. Picks up his dribble, gets it over to Bruning on the right. Bruning drives in, and he lays it in with the right hand. Not sure how that wasn't a travel, but it was not called. 29-19, 6:49 to go here in the third quarter. Rohrig gets it out to Trey Hansen, Carter Hansen. They're going to call a travel on Carter. And I can see that. It looks like he might have shuffled his feet before he got the ball down the first time. So 29-19, 6:43 to go. Parkston now moving left to right. Vermilion moving right to left. So Luke Borman gets out to the left-hand side, over to Deckert, right in the middle, and he's going to drive in, gets it over to Kane, and they're going to call an offensive foul on Deckert. That'll be Deckert's first personal, I believe. Yep, that's first personal on Deckert. That is the first team foul of this quarter. So Vermilion inbounds the ball. It's Robinson into Hansen. Trey Hansen bringing the ball up. 6:30 to go here in the third quarter. They get it into Robinson in the paint. Gets it over to Bryson Skogsberg. Skogsberg for three, and that is short. This feels like there's something off with Bryson. I'm not quite sure if it's an injury or not. And Bryson Bruning steps on the sideline. That is a turnover for Parkston. And Vermilion will inbound the ball. So while we saw some quick baskets early on, it is now turnovers. Quite a bit of turnovers. Here's Zone Robinson, over to Bryson. Bryson now seems hesitant on that three-point attempt. Over to Rohrig, over to Carter. Carter Hansen, 4-3, and that is short, but rebound. Oh, Bryson almost had it. Went in a little too hard. Nice move by Bryson Bruning. Bruning will drive in, hits the baseline, gets it over to Deckert on the left side for three. No good. Rebound, Trey Hansen. Trey Hansen pushes the ball up. Gets into the paint, gets it back out to Carter. Over to Rohrig. Rohrig for three again. Connor Rohrig with 6 points on the evening for Vermilion. 5:36 to go. Vermilion back out to that 13-point lead. And there's Bryson Bruning up with the right hand. in the paint. It's an 11-point lead for Vermilion, 32-21, 5:22 to go on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Here's Carter Hansen, guarded by Luke Borman. Trey Hansen for the long three, no good. And again, no offensive rebounding position for Vermilion. Borman gets it out to Deckert. Deckert will drive in, goes up with the floater, no good, but that's going to be off of Will Jadozzi. So that ball will go back to Vermilion with 5:01 to go in the third quarter. Really frenetic pace, not a ton of scoring so far. Vermilion has scored 6. Well, both teams have scored 6. So here's Carter Hansen in the paint, right on the elbow, gets it out to Bryson Skogsberg from the left-hand side. That is short. Rebound to Bryson Bruning. He'll push it up. Rohrig is back. Bryson Bruning with the pull-up jumper, no good. Rebounds into the hands of Bryson Skogsberg. Skogsberg with the long pass, no good. Stolen away by Will Jadozzi, gets it over to Bruning on the right-hand side. Fast-paced basketball pull-up jumper for Borman, no good. And Skogsberg with another rebound. That one, sorry, that was Rohrig. So Vermilion slowing it down. Getting settled here. Carter Hansen gets the ball to Trey. Trey back to Carter. Here's Zone Robinson just off the elbow. Gets it over to Skogsberg. Skogsberg drives in, up with the left hand. No good, but he is fouled by Will Jadozzi, and Skogsberg looks hurt. So that'll be Jadozzi's first personal on the block. So 4:07 to go. Vermilion leads 32-21. We're going to take a quick injury timeout. This timeout will be brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermilion, as Bryson Skogsberg is down injured on that foul. We'll be right back on ESPN Radio 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in South Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the SDHSAA.
Welcome back to Madison High School in Madison, South Dakota. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Zara Bitsos. 4:07 to go. Vermilion leads 32-21 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. This broadcast being brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Right now, action is paused as Bryson Skogsberg hit the deck hard as he drove to the basket and was fouled by Will Jadozzi. It's Jadozzi's first personal, second team of the quarter. Skogsberg went in from the left side. Looked like he might have gone in a little bit wild. You know, it didn't look completely under control. And I think he was a little off kilter, and then Jadozzi's foul sent him a little more off kilter. I don't know if it's a leg injury, a back injury. Kind of looked like he was holding his lower back, then looked like they were working on his leg. And so not quite sure, but they are helping him get to his feet. Remember, Bryson's brother Carter last year was a solid member of this team, one of the leading starters for this Vermilion Tanager team. And Skogsberg is getting up, but he is limping. Not quite sure if that's a thing with his back or left leg, but he is definitely hobbled. And so Landon Cerny has checked in for Vermilion. So Landon Cerny has checked in for Vermilion. Jay Drake will send somebody to the line to shoot for Bryson Skogsberg, as the foul by Jadozzi was on the shot for Skogsberg. So again, 4:07 remaining here in the third quarter. Vermilion leads 32-21. Both teams have scored 6 points on the heels of 3 baskets. Vermilion's biggest lead has been 13. They have led the entire time. They got out to an 8-0 lead before Parkston scored a timeout. So obviously since then, fairly evenly matched game. As Vermilion, they're not getting offensive rebounds. So they're not getting many second chance points on the offensive side, but they're also not giving up a ton on the defensive. Remember, this Parkston team is being led in scoring by Will Jadozzi, who averages 18, and then they have 2 players averaging 12. So, I mean, they're a team that averages quite a few points, just if you look right there with those. and to have 21 points halfway through the third quarter. So Cerny will shoot 2, and his first one is short. So to hold him to 21 points so far in halfway through the third quarter is a good defensive effort. Second free throw bounces all the way around and does not fall. Cerny is 1 for 4 from the line. Well, 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter as Borman gets the ball over to Kane. Kane gets it up to Bruning. It's Braden Jervik, Bryson Bruning, Will Jadozi, Luke Borman, and Peyton Kane. Jadozi up and no, unable to connect. Rebound, Zone Robinson. Jadozi is the man who kept them in the game so much last time. Just his inside presence and shooting and scoring really is what kept that game so close on the 5th of January. Rohrig for another 3, no, unable to make it, and that one bounces over the backboard to go out of bounds. James Deckard will check in. Peyton Kane will check out. Again, Deckard is a junior, but there are seniors. Kane, Jadozi, and Borman are all seniors on this team. So here's Bryson Bruning, gets it ahead to Luke Borman. Borman trapped, tries to get it across to Deckard, and Deckard is wide open underneath. That is 8 points for James Deckard, and it's back to a 9-point game. 3:07 to go. Vermilion leads 32-23 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Vermilion definitely wants to try to score here. Carter Hansen thought about the 3, didn't take it, gets it over to Rohrig. Back to Carter, not a lot of ball movement. And Rohrig, boy, almost loses it, gets it over to Hansen. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Long 3 for Trey, and that is good. Trey Hansen now has 10 points on the game. A 30-second timeout taken by Vermilion. We're going to keep it right here. But this timeout is brought to you by Murph's Appliance, downtown Vermilion on Main Street in Vermilion. For all of your appliance needs, call Murph's Appliance. On the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, it's now 35-23. Vermilion leads by 12. Their biggest lead has been 13. 2:39 to go in the third quarter. Again, Bryson Skogsberg has left with an injury. We don't know if he'll return, but he has gone to the locker room. He's not out there right now. Again, Landon Cerny replaced him. And so right now for Vermilion, it is Landon Cerny, Connor Rohrig, Carter Hansen, Trey Hansen, and Zone Robinson. For Parkston, they have Braden Jervik, Bryson Bruning, Luke Borman, James Deckard, and Will Jadozi. Parkston inbounds the ball, down 12. 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Braden Jervik gets it out to Deckard. Deckard over to Jadozi. Here's Borman on the drive, in the paint, up with the shot, and good, and he is fouled on the shot. Borman now has 4 points, will go to the line to make it an and one. And that's Landon Cerny with the foul, his first personal. And here comes Trenton Thomas. Just like I thought he might. Trenton Thomas getting some playing time. Thomas, a sophomore who sees significant time on the JV team. A 5'10 sophomore guard, Trenton Thomas. Borman at the line for the old-fashioned three-point play, and that is good. So now it's back to a 9-point lead. Here's Trenton Thomas on the left-hand side. Gets it into Trey Hansen. Hansen goes up and in with the nice pivot move. The old Hakeem Olajuwon move. That's 12 points on the game for Trey now. Carter has yet to score this quarter, so he still has 14. That ball is going to go out of bounds off the shot by Bryson Bruning. So Vermilion's lead is back up to 11. So 37-26. With a minute 51 to go, Vermilion, in the third quarter, Vermilion leads Parkston. Again, a well-played game, low scoring, but well-played. Zone Robinson drives in, goes up, and that hits the bottom of the backboard. I think he thought he was fouled. Not sure if he was or not, but good defense. They've been allowing him to play quite a bit. Here's Luke Borman, turnaround on the free throw line, gets it out to Bruning, sorry. James Deckard drives in, kicks it back out to Borman. Borman, nice spin move, gets it into Jadozi, up and in. Will Jadozi now has 8 points on the game. It's back down to a 9-point lead. They're keeping it down to single digits. Carter Hansen over to Trey. 8 points is what the margin of victory was for Vermilion on the 5th. Here's Trenton Thomas for 3, and good! Gets what would be known as the shooter's roll. 3-pointer for Trenton Thomas makes it a 12-point game. 58 seconds to go. Vermilion leads 40-28 on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Here's Braden Jervik over to James Deckert on the block. Back out to Jervik for 3. No, off the front iron. Rebound, Trenton Thomas. 42 seconds to go. 10 seconds between the game clock and the shot clock. Trey Hansen takes it in, unable to connect on the shot, but was fouled. And that call is on Deckert. That will be Deckert's second personal. And that is the 3rd team foul of the quarter. Vermilion leads 40-28. Hansen at the line to shoot 2. First free throw is up and good. This matches the largest margin for Vermilion so far. Now Cole Tweeten checks in. Connor Rohrig checks out. Vermilion looking to try to get a 14-point lead for the first time today. Hansen at the line. Luke and Borman and James Deckert check out. Mason Jervik and Peyton Kane check in. Second free throw is up and good. This is the largest margin so far for Vermilion. 14 points here in the 3rd quarter. Here's Mason Jervik. 3-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Bruning over to Kane. Back out to Braden Jervik. They might see if they can take the clock all the way down. I'm not quite sure. Kane gets it in, gets it over to Bruning. Thought about the 3, drives in, baseline. Gets it out to Braden Jervik for 3. No, off the back iron. And they're going to call a push-off on Cole Tweeten, looks like. Yep, Cole Tweeten picks up his second personal. So now with 12.8 seconds, Parkston will inbound the ball. Shot clock is off. So here's Braden Jervik. Gets it into Kane. Jervik dribbles. He's at the elbow. Gets it over to Bruning. That is stolen away by Trey Hansen with 6 seconds to go. Hansen for 3, and that is good! Trey Hansen with the 3-pointer extends that lead to 17 points. 45-28, Vermilion leads as we head into the 4th quarter. We'll be back after these messages on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, Vermilion Yankton, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube.
Save means you're sort of protecting yourself. My mom and dad told me how to be safe. It's like super duper important. Hold a grown-up's hands. Put a helmet on because you might hurt your head super duper bad.
Protect their future by protecting yours with your local State Farm agent, Dick Sunday. Ready Mix and Equipment is your locally owned and operated ready mix company. The Oshkosh front discharge mixers allow for easy placement of concrete, and with the 6-wheel drive and low-range transfer case, they're nearly unstoppable. More of a do-it-yourself fan? Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment is teaming up with Clark's Rentals in Yankton, bringing you a wide range of hand tools, mini excavators, skid steers, aerial lift equipment, and more to get the job done. Choose Midwest Ready Mix and Equipment for all your concrete needs, and Clark's Rentals, your rental equipment headquarters.
Back in Madison, South Dakota at Madison High School. As we head into the 4th quarter, Vermilion leads 45-28 over Parkston in boys basketball action, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher. Alongside Zara Bitsos, Vermilion has just steadily increased that lead, and Bryson Skogsberg is back out there. We'll see how affected he is. Carter Hansen with the short jumper, no good. Trey Hansen attempted the rebound, and that is off of him. So 7:41 to go in the 4th quarter. Parkston will inbound. So out there for Vermilion, Cole Tweeten, Trey Hansen, Carter Hansen, Bryson Skogsberg, and Zone Robinson. For Parkston, their original starting 5, Bruning, Borman, Kane, Deckert, and Jadozi. Kane drives in, unable to connect, but Jadozi gets the rebound. He's unable to connect, but I believe he is fouled by Cole Tweeten. Yep. That is Cole's 3rd personal. Obviously, first team of the quarter. So Will Jadozi at the line to shoot 2. He has 8 points on the night. Make that 9 points on the night. He's 3 for 3 from the line. See if we can give him the old announcer's jinx. 3 for 3 from the line. Oofda. Oh, nope, 4 for 4 now. So 15-point lead for Vermilion. 7.5 minutes to go. If you're Vermilion, you just want good shot selection. Steady play. Don't turn the ball over. So here's Trey Hansen. Gets it over to Zone Robinson. Here's Carter Hansen. He hasn't scored yet in the second half. And here's Trey Hansen for 3. And that is good. Trey Hansen, that's his 4th three-pointer. That gives him 20 points on the night or day, afternoon, whatever you want to say. 1 minute gone here in the 4th quarter. Here's Peyton Kane. Vermilion now leads by 18. Here's Deckert. Deadly with that short pop-up jumper, but loses control, gets it out to Bruning. Bruning with a nice spin move, and short jumper is good. Bruning is going to be a great player. He's only a freshman. Great ball handler, nice little short jumper. 48-32, 6.5 minutes to go. Here's Skogsberg. Skogsberg is fouled on the floor by Borman, I believe. That'll be Borman's 3rd personal and 1st team of the quarter. So Trey Hansen will inbound the ball for Vermilion. 6:26 to go on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Here's Hansen on the block. Kicks it out to Cole Tweeten. Over to Bryson Skogsberg for 3. No. Rebound Tweeten. Up. No good. Rebound Tweeten, and he is fouled on the free throw. So Tweeten, the only Tanager who has played who has not scored. And he is fouled by Peyton Kane. That is Kane's 1st personal, 2nd team foul of the quarter. Again, you're listening to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Zara Bitsos. First free throw for Cole Tweeten is up and in. Every player that has played so far for Vermilion has scored. That makes it a 17-point lead. 18 has been the largest margin so far. That makes it 18. 2 points on the night for Cole Tweeten. So here's Luke Borman on the left-hand side. Remember, Parkston is 9-3. They actually, I believe, lead Vermilion in the seed points standing, so this victory would be a great one for Vermilion. Oh, no. Cole Tweeten fouled Borman on the shot. That's going to be Tweeten's 4th personal, and Borman will go to the line to shoot 2. Looks like Connor Rohrig is going to check in for Cole Tweeten. So 4th personal, 2nd team. Borman will go to the line to shoot 2. And that first free throw is up and good. 6 points on the night for Borman. Jadozi is the only Parkston Trojan in double figures. Borman has 6, Deckert has 8, Bruning has 6, and Jadozi has 10. And that is off the back iron, but Peyton Kane with the rebound, up and in. Kane with 5 points. Makes it a 15-point lead, 5:50 to go. Trey Hansen over to Carter. Carter on the elbow, gets it back to Trey. Trey drives in, kicks it out to Rohrig. Rohrig drives into the paint, up with the right hand, no good. Rebound, James Deckert. Deckert pushing it, ball up. And that is stolen away by Trey Hansen. Ahead to Bryson Skogsberg, up and in for Skogsberg. And here's a full timeout being taken by Vermilion with 5:25 to go. 52-35 for Vermilion on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. This timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance on ESPN Radio 101.5 FM, 1570 AM KVTK, Vermilion Yankton, and ESPN Vermilion streaming on YouTube.
Blaine Olson, owner of Blaine's Body Shop in Vermilion. I grew up here, graduated here, and now have a business here. I'm proud to serve the community that has helped me live this dream. I have top-notch equipment, the latest in training, along with the work ethic and the desire to serve you. Should you need repairs in the future, please remember Blaine's Body Shop across from Polaris on the Highway 50 bypass in Vermilion.
Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Now online at blainesbodyshop.com.
Need a new set of tires? Look to Carlson's Body Shop in Beersford. How about some accessories like WeatherTech floor mats, access roll-up truck covers, bed liners, remote car starters, and thousands of other products. Hey, you can look at everything at your convenience online too at carlsonsbodyshop.com. No wonder the song says,
Bring it down to Carlson's Carlson's Body Shop, your complete car care center.
Welcome back to Madison High School, where Vermilion leads 52-35 with 5:22 to go in the fourth quarter. It hasn't always been pretty, but Vermilion's playing some quality ball, and that rebound by Trey Hansen as he's going to try to go coast to coast, up with the left hand and in. Trey Hansen with 22 points now on the day. That is a 19-point lead for Vermilion. 54-35, 5 minutes to go. A victory tonight would mean a big boost in seed points against a 9-3 team. That ball is stolen away by Connor Rohrig. 4:49 to go on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. That last time out brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermilion. And they're going to call a travel on Bryson Skogsberg. You could have called a travel or you could have called a jump ball. Either way. So Parkston will inbound the ball again. 4:42 remaining. And you're listening to Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Oh, Peyton Kane with the short jumper up and, oh, no good. He's just been unable to connect tonight. Rebound by Zone Robinson, his 5th rebound of the game. Carter Hansen thought about the three, drives in, goes up with the left, up and in. Carter scores his first points of the second half to give him 16. 4:18 to go. And timeout by Craig Bruning. That'll be a full timeout with 4:16 remaining. 56-35. Vermilion leads by 21. We'll be back after these messages on ESPN Radio 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube. This time out brought to you by Murph's Appliance in Vermilion.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple: helping you purchase your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermilion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
Welcome back to Madison High School in Madison, South Dakota. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Zara Bitsos, and you're thinking, well, where's Jen Ashley? Well, Jen Ashley is going to be in Yankton. So while we're leading here 56-35 with 4:16 to go, Jen Ashley will be joining Joe Van Gore tonight from Simple Arena on the campus of Mount Marty University. That'll be here on ESPN Radio 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube. Pregame should start around 6 o'clock. Tip-off scheduled for 6:30 as the Tanager girls will be taking on Millbank. In what should be a pretty good matchup. So, two-time South Dakota Sportscaster of the Year. So, yeah, you don't have to deal with my amateur announcing tonight for the Tanager girls. As Peyton Kane attempts a three-pointer. Oh, that hits every side of the rim. Cole Tweeten back in, gets the rebound. Two-time South Dakota Sportscaster of the Year will be on the call. And alongside Jen Ashley, as well as Corbin Gunther from Wynot, who's been interning at the station. So Peyton Kane picks up his second personal. That is the third team foul of the quarter. So Trey Hansen inbounds it to Carter Hansen. 3:56 to go on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard. Zone Robinson unable to connect, out of bounds, and that will go back to Parkston. Checking in for Vermilion is Trenton Thomas, number 21, the 5'10 sophomore guard. Checking in for senior Connor Rohrig. So with 3:53 to go, Vermilion leads by 21, their biggest lead of the game. In for Parkston is Mason Jervik, Bryson Bruning, Will Jadozzi, Luke Borman, and Peyton Kane. There's Borman for three, and Luke Borman connects his first three-pointer of the night. That gives him 9 points. Jadozzi is the only Trojan in double figures. Vermilion has two in Hansen and Hansen. Here's Thomas, over to Trey Hansen for three, and that is off. And that is out of bounds off of Vermilion, so 3:19 to go, 56-38, an 18-point lead for Vermilion. Parkston going to push the issue. Bryson Bruning always goes full speed. Into the paint, drives in, up with the right hand, short jumper, no good. Kane tries to get it, bounces out, and Bruning comes away with it, 35. Jervik over to Kane. Kane for three, no good. And that is out of bounds off of Mason Jervik. So out there for Vermilion right now, Cole Tweeten, the big man with 4 fouls. Trenton Thomas, the 5'10 sophomore guard, getting his first real playing time in the last couple of games. Trey Hansen, Carter Hansen, and Zone Robinson. Trey Hansen with 22 points on the night, and Carter Hansen with 16, leading the way for Vermilion. Zone Robinson, spin move in the paint, out to Tweeten. Gets it out to Carter Hansen at the top of the key. Thomas gets it out to Carter. Vermilion, good defense by this Parkston team. It did result in a foul. That'll be the third personal on Bryson Bruning. Fourth team. So again, you're listening to Tanager Basketball on ESPN Radio and Vermilion streaming on YouTube. And at 6 o'clock, pregame should start with Joe Van Gore and Jen Ashley. Now checking in for Borman for the first time, Rico Muhlenberg. Muhlenberg is a 6-foot freshman guard. Checking in for Luke Borman. Looks like Elliot Leichner is going to check in as well, as Parkston might be starting to get some of their reserves in. Yep. So Leichner and Muhlenberg, as well as Grady Bauer. Grady Bauer. And Vermilion doing the same thing. Cade Roovers coming in. Here's Trey Hansen. Gabe Larson checking in. Trey Hansen unable to connect. Rebound Zone Robinson up and unable to connect on the shot, but will go to line to shoot 2. That's 6 rebounds on the night for Zone Robinson. So Wyatt Morse will check in as well after this free throw. I didn't see who else pulled up, but it's going to be for sure Cade Roovers. And first free throw by Zone is off the mark. So again, number 14, Hunter Morse. Number 32, Gabe Larson. And so number 21, Trenton Thomas already out there. And number 44, Wyatt Morse. I believe Gabe Larson. Let's see who checks in for Zone. Zone makes the next free throw. He now has 5 points on the night, and it's Cade Roovers. That's right. So it's Cade Roovers, Hunter Morse, Wyatt Morse, Gabe Larson, and Trenton Thomas out there for Vermilion. Minute 57 to go. Vermilion leads 57-38. That'll be a victory for Vermilion, a nice victory that gets them a good amount of seed points. And there's Mason Jervik for a long 3, no good. Larson with the rebound into Hunter Morse. Here's Cade Roovers. Over to Larson. Minute 38 to go. Long three-point attempt for Thomas, no good, and that'll be out of bounds off of Vermilion. Parkston will inbound. Coming in for Parkston, Connor Pronti, the 5'10 senior guard, as well as Riley Cook, the 5'10 senior forward, coming in for Bryson Bruning and Mason Jervik. So Riley Cook and Connor Pronti. Here is Rico Muhlenberg. Nice pull-up jumper, no good. Rebound, Cade Roovers. So 57-38, a 19-point lead for Vermilion with a minute 11 to go. A good few minutes of playing time for these JV players and reserves for Vermilion. That never hurts, getting them some quality playing time. Here's Roovers. Out to Trenton Thomas, over to Hunter Morse. That ball is knocked out of bounds by Connor Prunty. And checking in for Vermilion now will be Carson Preister. He'll be checking in for Trenton Thomas, who saw significant playing time in both the first and second half. So now it's Cade Roovers, Hunter Morse, Wyatt Morse, Gabe Larson, and Carson Preister. Looks like everyone on the bench got to play. So 3 seconds on the shot clock. Turnaround jumper, no good for Larson. Does hit the rim and is out of bounds. So with 39.5 seconds to go, Vermilion's going to get a nice boost in seed points as they are going to walk away with the victory. Now just determining by how big. This Parkston team just seemed like their shot might have been a little bit off today. This is too good of a team to play like this. Vermilion's defense was good. It was just inside shots not falling. And that ball stolen away by Roovers. So I think if you play this Parkston team again, they are a dangerous team. Don't let this score fool anybody. 17 seconds to go as we count down. 14, 13, 12. I won't do the full countdown, but they are just going to dribble it out, and that's going to do it. Vermilion is going to win 57-38 to 38. 57 to 38, Vermilion will win. Much larger margin than the 8-point margin on January 5th. This is the kind of game Vermilion needed to get past that 3-game losing stretch. So when we come back, we'll be back with our first Dakota National Bank postgame show. But again, on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, Vermilion wins 57 to 38. We'll be back after these messages on ESPN Radio 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, KVTK, Vermilion in Yankton, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new home for your family, you want to sell your existing home, or you're a student looking to rent an apartment, Dakota Realty and Property Management can fit your needs. Being locally owned and with over 150 years of combined experience, they are the experts at helping you find your new home. Go to Dakota Realty and Property Management because they like what they do. Dakota Realty is a proud supporter of Vermilion Athletics. Dakota Realty and Property Management, located at 125 East Cherry Street, Vermilion.
The first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too for future employment. No experience necessary. We will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
Interior technicians.
I'm ready for my big role, Jerry.
What do you mean?
You said I'd be in your next 30 commercials.
No. I said Intech has over 30 years of commercial cleaning experience. You know, like offices, so they can ensure happy visitors and a healthy workforce.
So the shoot's in an office? I can make that work.
Oh my goodness. When you need it clean, call the Intech team.
Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermilion, they strive to provide the highest quality patient-centered dental care in a friendly, relaxing atmosphere. Knutson Family Dentistry works hard to provide the best cosmetic, general, and emergency dental treatment in the area. With over 50 years of combined dental experience, the latest dental technology, and a professional and compassionate staff, they're your top choice for dental care. Call for an appointment at 605-857-8008. Knutson Family Dentistry of Vermilion.
The wait when your furnace and AC needs repair by joining Larry's Heating and Cooling, Comfort Care, and Elite Care Club. Larry's Comfort Care Club features seasonal maintenance discounts on service and no overtime charges. Larry's Elite Club includes seasonal maintenance, free parts, free labor, free service calls, and both mean you are in front of the line for service. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling and sign up for the Comfort Care or Elite Care Club. Larry's Heating and Cooling, Yankton and Vermilion.
And welcome back to Madison High School in Madison, South Dakota. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Zara Bitsos, where the Vermilion Tanager Boys team has snapped that 3-game losing streak. They are now 8-4 on the season with a 57-38 victory over the Parkston Trojans in a victory that was a game that was really in hand from the beginning. They got out to an 8-point lead, really never looked back. It didn't get much closer than that. I think they got within 6, but never could get under 6. It was never less than a 2-possession game. And Vermilion just built and built. So after one quarter, they led 16-9. So a 7-point lead. Then at the half, they led by 11, 26-15. Then after 3, they led by 17. And then in the end, they won by 19. So they just extended that lead and extended. They led by, at the most, by 21 points with 4:16 to go in the game. So again, just a nice performance by Vermilion. They were led in scoring by Trey Hansen with 22, Carter Hansen with 16, Connor Rohrig had 6 on the heels on the back of 2 3-pointers. Bryson Skogsberg with 5. Trenton Thomas with 3. And then Cole Tweeton with 2. Zone Robinson with 2. And Landon Cerny with 1. That's the scoring breakdown for the Vermillion Tanagers. For Parkston, they were led by Will Jadozzi with 10. Luke Borman with 9. James Deckert with 8. Bryson Bruning with 6. And Peyton Kane with 5. That was the extent of the scoring for this Parkston Trojan team. For the Tanagers, 3 players with 6 rebounds each, with Trey Hansen, Carter Hansen, and Zone Robinson. Bryson Skogsberg with 5 rebounds, and then 1 for Rohrig, 4 for Tweeton, and 1 for Cerny. 2 steals for Connor Rohrig, 2 steals for Trey Hansen. And we do have Coach Jay Drake with us now. Coach, thanks so much for coming up. Now, that's the kind of game you'd like to see to break that 3-game losing streak.
Yeah, you know, we've done some good things. Christian a week ago today, not good, obviously. Just for a lot of reasons, the way we played. Kind of like we talked, Pine Ridge earlier in the week, Del Rapids, 2 really good basketball teams. And we had just too many breakdowns that led to putting us in tough spots and having to come from behind. I thought we limited some of those breakdowns. And then this is more us, you know, from a program, what we're about and stuff, to go defend the team. And it's not easy always playing a team for a second time in a matter of 3 weeks. And we got up to a nice start, got out in transition, got some easy ones. Coach Bruning, a good coach, been around for a long time, obviously. He did a good job going to the zone. He just kind of slowed us down when we got going early. And but it was good for us to see some zones. I think we're going to see a lot of it on Monday with Madison. And we haven't seen a lot of it throughout the year here. So they would be able to go up against that. There's no better way to learn and teach. You know, you can't always simulate this stuff in practice from who you're playing, competition, all that stuff. So we'll take it. It's nice to just stop that 3-game skid and to do it against a team that, you know, they're 9-4 now, but 2 of those 4 losses to us, and that's a team they're the 1 seed in their region, and they'll probably come out of that region 5. They'll be a SODAC 16 team.
Well, that's exactly right. And, you know, you talk about seed points, beating a team that's 9-3 or 9-4. It's a nice boost in seed points. A great, just a great way to kind of snap that streak, get the mind right. Carter Hansen had that great first half, had 14 points. Trey Hansen had an amazing second half. Connor Rohrig chipped in with 2 3-pointers. Cole Tweeton made his presence known out there. Trenton Thomas getting some playing time as well. You know, significant playing time. Is that something that you're looking at as well to try to develop maybe just a little bit more of a bench as well?
Yeah, you know, he's been doing a really nice job in practice in the sub-varsity, the JV games. And, you know, we didn't have Landon the other night, kind of had tweaked his knee a little bit. We didn't know how much he'd be able to go today and stuff. And Trent filled in for a few minutes, spot minutes the other night, did a nice shot today. It was nice to hit. I actually looked, I think I looked away at the time. I think that was the 3 of his kind of dropped in or whatever the guys were saying on the bench. I was talking to Cole at the time. But, and Cole as well. You know, it was nice. He did some real positive things. And he, again, we've said this before, he gives us a different look, especially on the defensive end, gives us more size in there. And he's been doing some nice things the last few games.
Well, and he really did. You know, first on that shot by Trenton, yeah, it bounced off the front rim, and as we said, got the shooter's touch, got the shooter's roll there. But yeah, Cole, boy, there was this one play down here in the second half where it didn't go, but he got the rebound, ended up causing the foul and making the free throws, and that's exactly what you want to see. It's almost the multiple benefit of getting a foul on one of them. You get the 2 points, and you just kind of impose your physical presence down there.
Right, and he stayed with it. Obviously, he kept the ball up both times, and you know, you're going to miss shots at times, but he stayed with it, and that's the most important thing. And then you're right, he stepped up and knocked both free throws down. So it's good. Obviously, there's still, what are we at now? 12 games or whatever. We got a good majority of the regular season left, and then some of these guys can keep working and contributing, helping us out, help develop some depth on our bench, makes us a better basketball team.
Well, and that's exactly right. Well, we head into a big week of basketball for you guys and for the girls. A lot of single header games, but still action nonetheless. So, how do you guys head into tomorrow because you then turn around and play Madison on Monday.
Yeah, with this stretch, we said a week ago we're going to play 5 games in 10 days. Obviously, this was number 4, and on Monday our makeup game with Madison Conference. We're very similar teams, and even if you look at some of our scores with the same opponents and stuff, similar scores. It starts with Brooks Skid, very good player, been playing since his 8th grade year a little bit, and obviously started since his freshman year. He gets them length inside, and they got shooters on the perimeter, but it's a conference game in our gym, and we're trying to build off today. We'll get a kind of a light practice, shoot around in tomorrow, talk about that from a scouting report standpoint, and then hopefully, go play well again on Monday, and then we finally got like 3 days to kind of catch our breath, get some good practices in, and it won't get any easier with next week as well that we get a chance to see here in a second. But just nice for our guys today. Saturday afternoon, Clash is always a good deal, fun deal for everyone involved, all teams and schools and fans. But to end our streak or a little skid we had this past week, that's the most important.
Well, exactly. And before I let you go, and I know he came back out, so Bryson Skogsberg, okay, it just kind of looked like maybe it was he hit the ground pretty hard.
Yeah,
so
he came down, and what's interesting, he actually had kind of a tailbone bruise earlier in the year, came down on it, and obviously came down hard on it there, and came back in the game, shoulder sore. We had a decent lead, so he's going to be sore tomorrow. Anytime, as a coach, you're worried about it with the tailbone, just for movement and everything, but he'll ice the heck out of it here the next couple days, and hopefully he'll be ready to go on Monday.
Well, that sounds great. Well, Coach, thanks so much for coming up. Really appreciate it, and congratulations on the win, and we'll hopefully talk again before Monday.
All right. Thank you, Michael.
Hey, thank you. That was Coach Jay Drake of the Vermilion Tanagers as they win today against Parkston 57-38 in a nice victory to snap that 3-game losing streak. Get some nice seed points against another Class A team with a winning record. So that's as good as you can get for a Tanager team that every player who saw significant playing time scored. From Landon Cerny, Trenton Thomas, and Cole Tweeton to the starting 5. So just a nice, complete game for this Tanager team. When we come back, we'll take a look around the state. But this is your First Dakota National Bank postgame show. And again, on the Midwest Ready Mix scoreboard, Vermilion 57, Parkston 38. We'll be back and wrap things up here on ESPN Radio 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, and Vermilion streaming on YouTube.
You are self-motivated, accountable, and eager to learn new skills. We'd love to talk to you about a rock star career. Masaba in Vermilion is hiring full and part-time manufacturing positions for the rock industry. Masaba provides comprehensive training in a clean, safe, and state-of-the-art facility. Masaba offers competitive wages, a fun and interesting work environment and culture. Join our team of rock stars. Visit masabainc.com to learn more.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer. Murph's Appliance, downtown Vermilion.
Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, your floral and gift store on the corner of 15th and Broadway. We have what you need this holiday season. The freshest flowers and plants, home decor, candles, games, puzzles, socks, a great foodie corner, and of course beautiful jewelry, because we love things that sparkle. Be sure to stop by and see all that we have. It will surprise you. Shop local, shop Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, your floral and gift store.
Your crew is craving Pizza Ranch? It's easy to order online at pizzaranch.com. Online ordering makes it fast and easy to order craveable crispy ranch chicken or build your favorite pizza exactly how you like it. And now, for even more convenience, place your favorite order with just one tap. So when you're craving pizza or the country's best chicken, go to pizzaranch.com and start your order. For craveable food and convenient online ordering, there's so much to love at Pizza Ranch.
Welcome back. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Zara Bitsos from Madison High School in Madison, South Dakota, where the Vermilion Tanagers have just defeated the Parkston Trojans 57-38 to snap a 3-game losing streak, move to 8-4 on the season. The Trojans of Parkston fall to 9-4, so a good seed point earnings for the Tanagers today. Coming up, you have the Groton. You have Groton. I can't see who the others. I think it's Dakota Valley. So Dakota Valley and Groton in a nice matchup as part of the next game in the DAK XII-NEC Clash. This is part of the First Dakota National Bank postgame show. Let's take a look around the state, brought to you by the Vermilion Medical Clinic. Vermilion Medical Clinic, so much care, so close to home. In boys AA action today, O'Gorman beat Pierre 57-46, and Sioux Falls, Washington defeated Sioux Falls Jefferson 58-55. So Douglas and Yankton will be playing here later. 6:30 will be the tip-off for Gazelles approximately, so 6 o'clock pregame. And that is Zach Spear along with our newest camera stream person, Maddie Spear. They decided to head out, and so they just got married in August, I believe. And so they are going to be out there. They are bringing you the Douglas action tonight. Girls at 6:30, boys to follow. That is on exclusively on 5-star streaming on YouTube. It's exclusively on 5-star streaming because we have USD basketball on Classic Hits as they are taking on the University of Kansas City. And we have Tanager girls basketball on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, and Vermilion streaming.
At guard, 5'11" and a sophomore, number 1, Keegan Tracy. 6'3" and a sophomore, number 4, Ryder Johnson.
So in Class A, boys, you have Beersford and Scotland 43-37 in overtime. T area over Clark Willow Lake 61-35. Tri-Valley over Redfield 87-42. And 56-48, Del Rapids defeats Millbank. Elk Point Jefferson defeats Sisseton 62-47. Dubrook area over Mount Vernon Plankinson 69-57. Lennox over Teoshpo-Zena 76-49. And West Central over Webster area 72-38. Again, in other area action with 1 minute to go in the... It says 1 minute to go in the second. I can't believe that. Dual leads Canton 49-37. In other area action, Dakota Valley and Groton area doing battle next. Little Wound and Pine Ridge doing battle later. Madison will be taking on Aberdeen Roncalli. That is the Tanager next opponent, boys' next opponent on Monday. Freeman is taking on Sanborn Central Woonsocket. And Garrettson is hosting Dupree. We're taking on Garrettson is taking on St. Francis Indian at Dakota State University. And Sioux Falls Christian, number 1 in Class A versus number 2 Hamlin here in Madison tonight. And so that should be a great matchup, and that's at 6:30. And then Sioux Valley versus Hot Springs at Dakota State. And then in Class B, boys, Freeman Academy Marion defeated Menno 55-22. Beersford over Scotland 43-37. Alcester Hudson beat Andes Central Dakota Christian 37-31. And in other area action, let's see who else we have here. That's pretty much, Freeman and Sanborn Central Woonsocket, of course, doing battle later. And Irene Wakanda taking on West Sioux, Iowa later. In girls action, in AA, Sioux Falls Jefferson defeated Sioux Falls Washington. Mitchell defeated Brookings. And again, Douglas and Yankton will be starting at 6 o'clock pregame for Zach Spear, exclusively on 5-star streaming on YouTube. Winner defeated Tri-Valley in the A girls, 42-34. Canton over Laverne, 44-37. Avon over Kimball White Lake, 49-41. Beersford over Garrettson, 58-35. Elk Point Jefferson over Kadoka area, 62-33. Parker over Baltic, 51-35. Flandreau over Sioux Valley, 18-12 at the start of period 2. And then Vermilion will be taking on Millbank at Simple Arena. That'll be brought to you by Joe Van Gore. 2-time South Dakota Sportscaster of the Year, Joe Van Gore will be on the call along with Jen Ashley from Simple Arena. That will be here on ESPN Radio, as well as Vermilion streaming on YouTube. We're proud to be your home for Vermilion Tanager Athletics. And then in Class B, girls action, Teoshpia-Topa defeated Flandreau Indian, Warner over Sully Buttes, and Harding County over New Underwood. Avon defeated Kimball White Lake, and that would be it for area games. Oh, Elk Point Jefferson defeated Kadoka area 62-33. So that's going to do it for us from Madison, where the Vermilion Tanagers defeated Parkston 57-38 to move to 8-4. They will be in action on Monday as they host the Madison Bulldogs from the Birdcage in Vermilion. The girls are tonight. Again, set to start at 6:30. Pregame will start at 6 o'clock from Simple Arena. That'll be on Vermilion streaming on YouTube, as well as on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM and 1570 AM KVTK. And then the girls will battle Beersford on Tuesday. Now, that's just a single header, normally a double header. But remember, the boys played Beersford at the Sanford Coyote Sports Center in the Booster Club Classic earlier this season, or late last year, but earlier this season. And then Wednesday, we're off. And then Thursday, the girls travel to Sioux Falls Christian to take on that Sioux Falls Christian girls team. Then Friday, the boys travel to Groton to take on this Groton team that we're seeing taking on Dakota Valley. They currently lead Dakota Valley 5-0. So this Groton area team is really good as well. And then Saturday, the girls will be part of the DAK XII-NEC Clash. And so we'll find out who we play then and what time we play. So if you're adding it up, I will be doing basketball Monday night, Tuesday night, Thursday night, Friday night, and then at some point on Saturday. So pray for me, think of me, tune in and view it on the stream if you want. All right, alongside Zara Bitsos, I'm Michael Schumacher. This has been Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Our scoreboard sponsor was Midwest Ready Mix. Our timeout sponsor was Murph's Appliance. Halftime sponsor was Carlson's Body Shop. So thank you to everybody for being a part of that. And until Monday, until you tune in for the Tanager girls tonight, but I will talk to you again on Monday. Have yourselves a great day, and we are out.